Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Hey Daddy, this a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs, and today we're here to discuss Shakur Stevenson taking to social media and announcing that this year he will be a free agent, and it is free agent season. So the question we're asking each and every one of you that are going to call in to participate is, who do you think he signs with? Now, we've seen this before. We've seen Terrence Bud Crawford sign the Top Rank, and his time come to re-sign or opt out and decide to go somewhere else where the big fights can be made, and instead he re-signed with Top Rank and gave him the opportunity to give him, the Earl Spence fight. That didn't happen, but in that new contract, Top Rank was obligated to give Bud Crawford $1 million extra on top of the purse every and any time they couldn't make that Earl fight. So who knows if they do something similar for Shakur and convince him to stick around, letting them believe that, hey, we can get this fight for you, whatever big fight that may be. We got Ryder of the Storm, $2. He says Shakur signs with NyQuil, but honestly, who cares? I mean, I think we all care, right? I think, given him making the right decision, we could end up having some good fights with Shakur. If he wants the tank fight, many of the gangbangers of PBC believe in order to get a tank fight, you got to be on the PBC side. So is that the right thing? Once upon a time, he was a great friend of Richardson Hitchens, who seems to be doing very well on Matchroom. So maybe, he gives Matchroom an opportunity, being as though his boy Hitchens is doing well on Matchroom, being promoted well by Matchroom, getting those headline events by Matchroom. Maybe that's something that Shakur wants to do. But remember, if you want to unlock the live chat here on our live fight chat, right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, don't forget, we need to get the 500 to unlock it. Right now, it's members only. So salute to everybody that is a member. And don't forget, we're also going to be having two guests. We'll get Bruce Shushu Carrington in just a bit. We are scheduled for 7:30, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. Let's see, does he remember? And we also have Gloria Alvarado, the trainer of Right Hook Roxy, the trainer of Alan Garcia, the trainer of Jocasta Valle. So, we're going to be having Gloria on the show as well. But like I said, we're talking, Shakur Stevenson and the fact that he's announced free agent season. So potential promoters he can sign with: PBC, Premier Boxing Champions; Matchroom, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom; Golden Boy. We see Darius Fogan doing well on Golden Boy; Floyd Schofield doing well on Golden Boy; Ryan made the most money in his career on Golden Boy. He could sign an exclusive deal to DAZN, kind of the way that Gennady did, and then choose what promoter to work with on a fight-by-fight. He could sign directly to Saudi Arabia. There was mention on behalf of Ade, the DAZN commentator, as to whether or not Turki Al-Sheikh was interested in Shakur. Now, he didn't repeat Shakur's name when Ade said it, but at least it was brought up in that conversation, and he can always re-sign to Top Rank. Now, obviously, if he wanted to, he can sign to smaller promoters with a little less power, but I don't see him really doing that, signing to the likes of a Lou DiBella or a Dimitri Salita and things like that. I just don't see that happening. We got Bones13 that says Shakur signs to a track coach. $2 super chat. Salute to you for the $2. Shakur getting a lot of hate, and that's why they need to announce a fight. I'm actually shocked they still haven't announced a fight for him to try to get him over that hump of the bad publicity that he's received since the De Los Santos fight. Unfortunately for De Los Santos, he hasn't fought either since that outing with Shakur. Neither have been in the ring since then, and both could use, some different type of publicity. So hopefully, both Shakur and De Los Santos announce fights sooner rather than later, and we could get them in the ring. But once again, we will be having Shushu Carrington at 4:30 and Gloria Alvarado at 8 o'clock, which is 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and 4:30 is 7:30 Pacific. 4:30 Pacific is 7:30 Eastern. So if you want to ask our guests a question, feel free to head on over to our YouTube members community page or Patreon, where you can ask questions. We're going to go ahead and open it up. Remember, we're asking, where do you think Shakur Stevenson signs? Where does he sign to? And does he eventually re-sign to Top Rank? We're going out to Nike Hendricks on Twitter. Twitter's working. Discord is working, and the landline for anybody that wants to call in and voice their opinion. Nike, you got to unmute. Nike Hendricks, going once. Copy cool, what it do?
Don't try to bring up no and then I see, and then hear me. My thing did.
Copy cool, what it do?
What's good, champ? What's going on, man?
What up with you?
It's chilling. I mean, the Matchroom does make sense for him to sign on, right? That's kind of where all the money's going to, Matchroom in DAZN. Yeah, because Matchroom is DAZN, right? So, yeah, I mean, that makes all the sense. And I think with being signed with Matchroom, the fights can happen. You know, everybody kind of works with Matchroom. You don't got to worry about that cross-the-street bullshit. So it'll be interesting to see what move he makes, but I think that would be the best, move for him to do. Everybody else is kind of like crawling when everybody else, Matchroom is running type shit. They got the connect overseas. They got all of that, so it makes sense for him to go over there to get the big fight and the big money. Yeah, man, that's really all I had to say about that. But kind of, I know this morning I was trying to get on the thing, but I don't know what the fuck was wrong, but the X space was down. It wasn't letting me in, or I don't know what happened with the podcast there. And then that number that you had up was like shut down. So I don't know what happened there, but Is it alright if I put my 2 cents on that?
Do it, champ.
You know, and as far as that this morning in the conversation, like we got to get accustomed to Tank just doing whatever the fuck he wants because obviously he got Mayweather in his ear, and that's something that Mayweather preaches and has told him plenty of times. You know, there's even an interview out there that says that I've pretty much advised him to do as he pleases. That's how I made my money, and this is what I'm telling him to do, and this is what he will do. I mean, and the proof in the pudding is when your own coach says he will never fight Shakur Stevenson. So with that being said, like how do you sit there and claim greatness if you're not willing to fight one of the potential greats? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you claim it? If you just in it for the money, okay, we can accept that. All right, you win it, you're gonna make so-called exciting fights for the best money you can make, and then that's acceptable. But don't sit here and say that you're a great, or you're a legend, or you're a great. If you're just in it for the money, then you're in it for the money. You're fighting for the money, cool. You're not in the fighting for the legacy. You can't sit here from here on out and say that you're great. That's it. All right. Your thing is that you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. That you're in there going knock people out, and that's it. That's your claim to fame, is knocking fighters out, and that's what you have to live by. Um, but as far as legendary shit, just got to leave it alone, you know. And we just, as boxing fans and boxing fighters, have to understand that that's the route that he has taken. And anybody with Al Heyman, with my man Sam Watson, that's the route that they're deciding to take. And all the fighters underneath that is going to take. So that's what we have to get used to. And those who defend that shit, yeah. But that's all I got to say.
All right. So to be clear, you like Shakur to sign the Matchroom. You think that's the right place to go?
Absolutely, absolutely. That makes the most sense. That's where the money is at. That's where all the connects at. Nobody has a problem with Matchroom, so it makes sense to do that. He can make,
I mean,
more bang for
PBC
the buck.
obviously has a problem with Matchroom. They don't really do business with Matchroom, but I get what you're saying in theory. But Capi cool, what it do? Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. Nike Hendricks trying you again.
Yo, you can hear me next now?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going on with it, man, but shouts out to the Boxing Boys. Shouts out to Ness, Danny, whole team. I'm going to stay on topic, Ness, because a lot of people can't do that. So, Shakur, I don't think he's signing with Golden Boy. Even though we talk shit about Ryan, his skills ain't the best, but the man got some type of skills and he got that power. As we know, Shakur scared of power punches. Plain and simple, we know that. I.e., Nakathili Junior de los Santos. You see, wouldn't go there because then that'll end up like you on a collision course with Ryan or some of the other Golden Boy fighters. Because Golden Boy got a couple fighters who got a lot of knockouts. And then the PBC, he might, because I guess he feel like he punked Frank. And then it's like, I got Tank over there. I said I beat him. I'm better skilled than him. And Coach Calvin now saying Tank will never fight him. So it'll be like, oh, I signed here to fight him, but he's scared, Frank's scared, that type of shit. The zone, I can see him going there, like Copy Cool said. I can see that with the relationship between him, Devin, Hitches, and Zapata, because Zapata's with the zone, right? Oh no, Zapata's Golden Boy, right?
Zepeda William is with Golden Boy. Zepeda Chong is got options with the zone because he's fighting Dalton Smith on the zone now.
Okay. Really? To be honest, I think he's signing back with Top Rank. People gonna be like, why? But I think he's gonna sign back with Top Rank. He just exploring options. Like it's like in football, Ness. I know you don't watch other sports, so I'm gonna give you this analogy. So you got Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Say their year is up this year, they final contract with their team. if they want to sign back with their team, but they're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna explore my option. I'm a free agent. The Bears, Danny's squad, who he like, might say, Lamar, we'll give you 200 million for 5 years. You come sign with us. But then the Ravens, the team he with, which would be top rank as for Shakur, would say, "Oh, they offering you 200 million for 5 years. Well, we got you 250 for 5 years. Come back home." So basically, he's exploring his options to see if top rank gonna throw that money at him. That's what I think going on. That's why he's talking about it
I
and all
mean, you
that.
know what people not saying obviously is we never seen a James Prince fighter with anyone other than Top Rank. So, maybe he ain't going nowhere because he with James Prince and he can't go nowhere.
Nah, well, I don't think that's the fact. I mean, that's because people can't get mad at James Prince because he got a good relationship with Top Rank. That's all that is. That's what that looked like to me. Like Al got the
Yeah, but that's
relationship
my
with
point. If James got the
Ed,
good
the
relationship with
relationship with
Top Rank,
Savon.
why if he got a good relationship with Top Rank, why would he take one of their stars away? You feel me? Like that's my point. He ain't going nowhere cause James only fucks with Top Rank.
Nah, but I don't see it like that though. Because if Shakur want to leave, I can. Because James got other top ranked fighters now. It ain't just Shakur.
That's my
So
point, champ. He don't have fighters with any other network.
it might be something new. But like I say, I think he going back to top rank. But you know, he exploring them options, and if somebody throw them numbers at him that top rank not throwing at him, he gone. But yeah, that's my card, Ness, man. Appreciate that, man. Hey, oh, also too, I heard earlier I was at work. I couldn't call in. Sometimes I try, but I be on the back of the trash truck. But I wanted to. I know you said y'all was gonna talk about Inoue and his next opponent. Who he
Yeah,
fighting?
we was, but when I read the report, it's not official yet. It's just a rumor date.
Okay, it's a rumor thing. Okay. I mean, shit. Put us on it then. That's like you said, man. Hardcore shit, man. But that's
Word.
my call, man.
And no, what up? What up with you?
Ooh, yeah,
What's
yeah,
good?
shit, bro. Look, Shakur, bro. Shakur about to go see the Sheik, bro. He about to go see the Sheik, Ness. He want a $50 million sign on bone. Saudi Arabia, Frank Martin. You don't see it happening, bro. So now Frank got options, right? He signed over there with them. Sheik put the money up, right? Frank get more than 1.2 now. You see how shit work, bro?
Yeah, I mean, until we see the Sheik doing business with someone other than Shelly Finkel, we can't believe the Sheik's doing business with Al Heyman.
See, now we about to go down a rabbit hole now, Ness, bro. You just had a couple of shows, bro, and we talking about why certain people now reaching out and running to the Sheik, right? I mean, Turkey Al Sheik. I don't want Turkey Al Sheik. So now you saying you don't know if he gonna work with certain promoters,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like as of right now, we only seen
but you were
him.
blaming other people at first. You were blaming, man, why they not doing this? Why they not running to this?
Well,
But
Turkey,
at the end of the
Turkey.
day, now you see what I was
No,
saying,
I
right?
don't. I don't see what you're saying. Turkey Al Sheik put out a special invite for Al Heyman. Until he calls him, there's nothing that we can talk about. Everything else is
Why
speculation.
why is he doing a special call when he can just call Al Heyman? He can call Joe Biden, he can call Donald Trump.
Oh, word.
You mean to tell me, yeah,
Oh,
you don't think that man got that kind of power?
I ain't know
You don't
that.
think he could
I
just
ain't know that you had the cell phone of Turkey Al Sheik in your hand. Went through the Rolodex and seen
yeah.
Al Heyman number. Called it to
This man is a
verify it was
prince.
him.
This man is a prince in Saudi,
He's
bruh.
not a prince.
You don't you
He's not a prince.
So he's not a prince. He's
He's
not in the
not a
royal
prince.
family over there.
He's not a prince. He works for the royal family. Get off the bottle, my friend.
So a guy that works for the royal family can't get in touch with the heads of certain countries.
Al Heyman moves in the shadows. Al Heyman is like, Black Ops, Delta
So
Extreme.
somebody in the royal family can't get in touch with Al Heyman.
Al Heyman ain't on the board, man. Al Heyman's a ghost like Frank Martin. You know that.
Ness, listen to what I'm saying. Somebody that's connected, that works for the royal family,
My bro,
can't get in touch with Al Heyman.
Heyman is a 007, man. You know that shit. He
So
got stunt
Terrence
doubles.
Crawford,
He got stunt
Terrence
doubles
Bud
and
Crawford,
everything.
Errol Spence, Adrian Broner.
Terrence.
The list goes on. Frank Martin
Terrence ain't
can
never
get
called
Al Heyman
Al.
on the phone.
Terrence ain't
Frank
never.
Martin, bro.
Terrence ain't never called Al. Remember, he even
Man,
told you publicly.
I heard, man.
He even
I
told
see.
you,
He
hey,
said
yo,
Al's a
champ,
nice guy.
champ,
He said Al's a
champ,
real nice guy.
Champ,
he told you Al, man.
Champ, don't lie. You heard him publicly say, yo, I tried to call Al, and Al don't pick up. I know he going through something. I tried to call Earl. Earl don't get back. Stop lying, champ. Don't act like we don't remember.
How do Terrence Crawford know that Al's a real nice guy?
Don't act like we don't remember. Don't act like Al wasn't picking up the phone for Crawford. Don't act like,
but then
don't
when
act
he
like
did pick
Crawford-
it up, he said
don't act
Al
like
is a nice guy.
Crawford- Don't act like Crawford didn't publicly come out and say this motherfucker ain't answer the phone. That's why I took the $10 million to fight Evanezer. Why
After
you
the
lying,
man
man?
mom died,
Why you
bro.
lying, man? Why you just come on here lying on some fake gangbanging shit like we ain't gonna peep
Then
you out?
Crawford said that the man
My man got the
went on
flag
with
hanging out the
with Al
left
Heyman's
side. He think
mom,
we
so
ain't
he
gonna
took
see
some
this shit.
time. He wasn't answering the phone.
My bro, we see the flag hanging out the left side. We understand, man.
So the flag hanging out, but Frank Morgan can get in touch with Al Heyman, but Turkey Al-Sheikh can't.
Who said Frank could get in touch with Al? Who said Frank could get in touch with Al? Because the dude that negotiated his Shakur contract was Tom Brown, not even Earl. Come on, man. I can't just be having you on the phone lying to the public, man.
So Earl ain't talking to Al either.
Ain't nobody say Earl. You said Frank. I corrected you on what you said.
So Earl bigger than Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Earl bigger than you sound silly. Don't Earl got a relationship with Al?
You telling me he can't get in touch with Al? You telling me this man can't get in touch with Al?
My brother. I can get in touch with you, right? Because I've been having a relationship with you for 10 years.
Right.
Turkey
Right. Yeah, you can get in touch with me any day.
Turkey Al-Sheikh can't contact you. He gonna have to contact somebody that know you to get to you. So stop the nonsense.
So what's so hard then? Now you proving my point.
You
proving my point,
man.
Look, Ness, when somebody going to New Orleans or something, and they trying to get in touch with me, they don't have my number, right? They reach out to who? Ness. And what Ness do?
Let's settle something real quick. Let's settle something real quick. That man trying to put money in Al pocket. It don't work no other way. I'm not supposed to call you to put money in your pocket. I'm telling you, call me if you want to make some fucking money.
Everybody else calling Al.
Hey, champ.
What's the difference?
Check it. Then guess what?
Bob called Earl.
Guess what?
Bob called Earl. Bob called Earl.
Guess what, champ? Don't call and stay on the outside. Because guess who getting that Saudi money? Bob Arum. Guess who getting that Saudi money? Frank Warren. Guess who getting that Saudi money? Eddie.
He called them.
Guess who getting that Saudi money? Guess who getting that Saudi money? Dimitri Salita. You understand? Guess who getting that Saudi money? Lou DeBella. Guess who getting that Saudi money?
He called all them guys because none of them guys has Turkey Al-Sheikh's number.
Guess who
he
getting that money?
Contacted them.
Guess who getting that money? You know what I mean? So if he contacted them, it's something wrong then, right? Something wrong.
You tell me. Like, what's wrong with that picture, man? What's wrong with that picture?
You just said this the Sheik. He the royal guard and all this weird shit you said.
Yeah, he is. That's not weird. I'm giving the man his respect.
I ran down all the people he was able to get in contact. So nothing in your brain ain't clicked.
And I ran down you all the people that had contact with Al Heyman.
Nothing in your brain ain't clicked. Maybe
and
Al don't want to be contacted.
He can't get in touch with that man.
Nothing in your brain ain't clicked that maybe Al don't want to be contacted. Shelly Finkel
Why
was
wouldn't
in.
L? Why
Shelly
wouldn't
Finkel
L
was in
want to
a
be
Saudi.
contacted?
Shelly
Why
Finkel was
wouldn't he want to be contacted?
my bro. Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder was in the Kingdom of Saudi, and the Sheik got to say during an interview, "Call me my brother."
Mm-hmm.
That mean he ain't got the number. I gotta go, man. I can't teach you,
So
beat you
so
all
so
at
L no
once.
longer
I can't
L no
teach you,
longer
beat you,
is.
man. I can't teach you, beat you. Stop it, man. These dudes, I mean, these are PBC extremists. They put on these PBC, vest bombs and just run and be like, "Oh, Heyman, thank you," boom, and blow up in front of everybody. These motherfuckers jumping off bridges and anything for this man. This shit is hilarious. You run down how this man got so much money, this man connected, but we run down how he talked to every other promoter, did business with every other promoter except Al, but you still want to force the issue that he got Al number, that he could get Al number. The man done dealt with every promoter in boxing and said during an interview, "Call me." Obviously, he can't get in touch with the motherfucker. That shit is obvious. Love, live, laugh. What up? Love, live, laugh. You gotta unmute. All right, James Benitez.
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Man, these niggas crazy as hell, man. But shout out to NO, man. That's the homie. But Ness, man, I'll play this game with you, man. If Shakur's a free agent, where will he sign? I mean, we all know realistically that he got a lifetime deal with Jay Prince. So that means he probably will be with Top Rank forever. But what if, in a hypothetical world, that Jay Prince just wanted to have him just be a free agent and Shakur just hop from place to place? I mean, ain't nobody going to say no to a Jay Prince meeting. Hell, damn near it seems like the whole boxing industry still scared of him for real. So Jay Prince could really make any play he wants to for Shakur. But since they got good business with Top Rank, he really gonna stay over there. What I would like for him to really do would be to holler at Eddie Hearn. I mean, shit, you got to think about it, man. Like with between him and Boots, man, the two people that seem like that they overhyped boxers from their most recent performances and the things that they have accomplished recently. I mean, Eddie Hearn seems like he's the only man that can really elevate them to a next level. I mean, Matchroom, they have potentially still big fights over there. He get a Maxi Hughes fight, he get an Angel Fierro fight, and then he can actually get the super fight because they got somebody building over there, which is Andy Cruz. He can actually steal Keyshawn's big fight in the future, which I think that would be a good idea because Andy Cruz is gonna probably be at 135 for a while. For a while. With that being said, man, Shakur ain't going nowhere, man. He's gonna be with Top Rank forever, man. I don't see it. Ain't nobody gonna pay him what. Ain't nobody gonna pay him no guarantees like he's already getting. And I don't think he's ready to play our percentage game with PBC and shit. Shout out to you. Shout out to the community. And Ness, are the interviews about to be coming on soon?
Yeah, Shushu just answered. I sent the link.
I bet. Yo, I'm gonna fall back and listen, man. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to the community, man. I'm gone.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir. We about to get Bruce Shushu Carrington on the show. He's back in action February 16th at the New York Madison Square Garden Theater in New York City. Bruce Shushu Carrington will be on the show in a few minutes. Link has already been sent. Remember, if you're a Patreon or a member, you can head on over to our Patreon page or our YouTube members page and go ahead and drop a question for Bruce. Make sure you put your name and where you calling from or where you dropping that question from so he knows he's got fans all around the world. Bruce, what's going on, Shushu? How are you, man? Thank you for taking out the time to come on the show, man. I know you're locked in camp. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, man. You know what I mean? Just like you said, locked in the camp. We getting ready for our fight February 16th. Listen, we ready to put on the show. You know, 2024 is going to be a big year for Team Carrington, and you know we just ready to get it on.
Yeah, man. So talk to me about the transition. You made the move from New York City, Brownsville to Las Vegas full time now. How has that been, not only from a training standpoint, but just for you and your family getting acclimated to all the different things that are Las Vegas compared to Brooklyn, right?
I mean, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I remember my first time being out here for training camp was to get ready for my pro debut back in October 2022, and excuse me, 2021. And it was like I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the heat. I fell in love with the altitude difference that's from New York. I fell in love with just the competition in terms of sparring and the people that's willing to like get in there and put in that work in. Like, as like it's number killers out here that want to get that work because they just want to get the best, be the best, they be their best self. And I'm one of them guys, man. And so I felt like it was a no-brainer to move out here. We easily got acclimated, and the cost of living is much better here than New York too. So that was an added
No
thing.
way. Is it really cheaper in Vegas compared to New York?
Dog,
Bro,
you
because
know it is.
I live out there. I mean, obviously I came out to Florida for a couple months, but bro, gas out there expensive than a motherfucker. It's like $5 a gallon.
Gas,
Easy.
yeah. But listen, that's why I drive a Tesla.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I drive me a Tesla, man. Come on now. You gotta
Shit.
think 2 steps ahead.
I feel like everything's expensive. I go with my wife to eat sushi out there. Easy. I'm spending $100. We went out to sushi out here. That shit was $44. I'm telling you, I love Florida,
Are
man.
you eating on the strip or something?
No. I don't even go to the strip as a once you're a local, you don't fuck with that strip.
You ain't spending
Hell
no
no.
$100. I don't know where you going. You fancy, bro. You too fancy for me,
Nah.
bro.
I'm
I
I'm
can't
not
listen.
fancy. I'm looking for an all you can eat sushi spot. I get down. I'm 6'5". You
Ah.
gotta fill me up.
I feel you, man. I feel you, man.
Yo, what is
Yeah,
that
man. I
spot you
love
be
it.
running at? It looks like mountains, but it's not really mountains because it's like mountains, but trails through the mountains. It's in Vegas, and a lot of cage fighters
Yeah,
run it, but it's like it looks like mountain, but got these little trails, and I be seeing y'all crossing each other. What's the name of that park?
yeah. Yeah, it's Exploration Peak Park. Like that park right there, man. It's like that's a crazy trail, man. We be running up that joint like nonstop 10 times up and down. Like it's crazy, man. Like that's the things that we kind of do to prepare ourselves for, our opponents, to be just putting ourselves through just, crazy type of workouts, man. That's the type of things you don't find in New York. Like those little mountains and those trails and stuff like that. You're not gonna get stuff like that in New York. Like you might, there's mountains in the state of New York, but you got to drive up a few hours to even do that. You know what I mean? I'm about 45 minutes, or that park that you were mentioning. I'm 15 minutes from that park. Like, bro, we running up Mount Charleston. You know what's about Mount Charleston, man. All the who's that's living in Vegas or be and train in Vegas, they run up that Mount Charleston, man. That altitude is crazy. 8,000 plus feet altitude. It's just wild, man. Like you don't get that type of stuff everywhere. But Vegas just gives you all the things you need to do to be able to become the best athlete you can be.
So, what do you know about this guy you're stepping in with? His name is Bernard Torres. He's 18-1, 8 KOs. Is that the correct opponent?
Yeah. That's confirmed. He's confirmed to be the correct to be the opponent for me February 16th. That
And
guy.
it's
He's
another 10 rounder, to be clear, because you just had
yeah
your first 10 rounder, which you
yeah
didn't go 10. You got the stoppage.
yeah. Yeah, it's my second 10 rounder. We always prepare to go the full 10 rounds. We prepare to do 15 rounds for real. But this guy, he's a interesting guy. I feel like he's a step up in competition for sure. His record shows in its own. He's 18-1, and he's a southpaw. I'm familiar with styles like him. I've been in the amateurs for a while. I have a lot of experience in the amateurs, but I feel like being with my team, Coach K, we just come up with with the best game plan to be able to beat our opponents, man. And we're gonna definitely put on the show. We're gonna dominate as we always do. We're gonna dominate February 16th for sure.
He's a southpaw. Any concerns there?
Man, people always creating some stigma with these southpaws and stuff. Like, man, like I said before, I have a lot of experience with my amateur background, so I'm familiar with fighting southpaws or sparring with working with southpaws. Period, man. Like, it's just you just got to come up with a game plan, stick to the game plan, and then do what you got to do. Like, people always play this mental thing, like, oh, southpaw. Back in the days, Yeah, I understand. There's a lot of. It was rare to run into a lefty. It was rare. Now you seeing a lot of lefties being produced left and right. Man, I ain't got no issue trying to fight no lefty, no righty. I don't ambidextrous. I don't care what it is. Like everybody gonna get the smoke either way. I don't care what it is.
Your last southpaw, you did go the distance though. You ain't get the stoppage.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm not a type of dude that always trying to go for a stoppage. Like, I mean, the guy was a tough guy. He weathered the storm, and we went all, what was it, 6 rounds, I believe. We went all 6 rounds that fight. But my whole thing is just to be able to just dominate, man. I don't care about getting a stoppage all the time and stuff like that. But if it happens, then it is what it is. I'm gonna get him up out of there. As you see my
Uh,
last fight.
for sure. Now, am I correct, or is that the only southpaw you faced?
That is the only southpaw I face as a pro.
So
Correct.
this
This
will
is
be
gonna be
your
my second.
second one.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you say that you say that that's a stigma created, but look, matchmakers, they do it too, right? Like, look, this is only your second southpaw, and this will be your 11th fight. So, they're not in a rush to throw orthodox fighters in there with southpaws. But you have gotten extremely better, in my opinion. Something that you do that a lot of people don't is like you stay in the pocket, catch and shoot. You're very slick, man, and you like to roll with shots. I feel like certainly transitioning to Vegas has improved you because I feel like you've gotten more knockouts as of late. I don't know. I know it's fluctuated because I do feel like there was the 8 rounder that went the decision, but other than that, you've been getting more stoppages. I feel like you're more comfortable, and DLX is really a popping spot, so you get a lot of work there. There's a lot of world champions, Latin world champions that help you with that Mexican style. How has that been for you? Do you feel you've come to your own, I guess, is the long-winded conversation, because that's what it feels like. Like you're more comfortable and, you've come into your own.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm becoming more comfortable with, I mean, I've been comfortable with the pro style and everything like that anyway. But I will say I'm definitely coming into my own and adding more things into my arsenal as well too. Like, you know, I honestly like y'all guys haven't seen, how deep my bag is for real. Like I purposely have not pulled out certain things in my bag for a reason for y'all. You know what I mean? All the things y'all seen in my past fights and stuff like that. Yeah, like y'all seeing what's up, but y'all don't really know what's up. Like 2024, I'm gonna really give y'all a treat and make sure, and I'm gonna bring different things out the bag for sure. And yeah, I'm entertained, man. I'm gonna put on each and every time.
That's the second time you've said that. Why is this the year that you feel is the coming out party for you? What's changed that makes you want to show out in 2024?
I mean, well, I've always wanted to show out each and every single time I fight, but I got a lot of eyes on me right now. You know what I mean? I got the ESPN Prospect of the Year. I got the Ring Magazine Prospect of the Year, and and I feel like also it's just like I just have a lot of eyes on me right now. You know what I mean? I just so I know it's about that time to be able to put on a statement and put the whole 126 division on notice and letting everybody know like Bruce Shushu Carrington is here to take over.
Just for my own selfish reasons, I'm hoping because you fight at 26, but you won't weigh 26 that you and Tio got to at least work with each other. Is it safe to say or not yet? I mean, both being from
Nah,
Brooklyn,
man.
it's kind of more almost impossible if you say y'all didn't. It's like, really?
Yeah, nah, we ain't get to work together yet, but that's gonna happen some point soon. I already know we gonna put some work in, but we ain't worked together yet, man. But real quick though, there's one thing I want to touch on, man. I watched the video of yours, man, and I know you had a little discrepancy with the whole prospect of the year thing, man. I want you
Oh,
to touch
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
You
Did you
had
see
your
Tito? Wait, before you touch on it, did you see Tito's resume?
listen. I want you to,
Break it down
just
for you?
break it down. Yeah, go ahead, do your
I
thing.
mean, honestly, Tito Mercado's resume. You know what it is, Bruce?
Yeah.
This fucking game, bro, is so disgusting. It's politics. I'm telling you, if that kid was signed to Top Rank, look, his last 4 fights was all in 2023. One of them was Hank Lundy, for one. He stopped him in one before Kurt Scooby, who you know. And they used Kurt Scooby's overtime knockout to rank him. They didn't even rank Mercado. So then he fights another dude in Palmona. After that, he fights Nakatilia, I think, who only Murataya stopped and Shakur could not. And then the other win is Ndondini. Fucking Devin Haney ain't fight that dude till Devin Haney had like 27, 26, 4 fights. Like, that blew my mind. Ndondini just for Barboza, who's the #1 rank and been in conversations for 2 title shots with Haney and with Tio. So, yeah, man, if it wasn't for, I mean, come on. And that's 4 fights in 1 year. Like, he at least a mention. They ain't even mention him. None of the 4 sanctioned bodies ain't even rank him. It's criminal, bro. It's criminal what they did. It's nothing against you. It's just like, that's like you fighting Hank Lundy and nobody giving you credit at this stage in your career. That's a jump up. Regardless what you may think of Lundy, he still has experience. He still was in there with an undisputed champ. Like, think about it. That kid for Hank Lundy, who was in there with an undisputed champ, Jeremiah Nagatilia, who was in there with a generational talent in Shakur, and Devin Haney and Ndondini was in there with Devin Haney, another undisputed champ. Like, bro, Tito showed he trying to come for the top, and they being funny. Politics as usual, man. Jay-Z said it the best. Again, no disrespect to you. You did your thing, but he got that name value. Then you got to think he not with Top Rank, he not with PDC, he ain't with Matchroom, and somehow he got 3 big names in 1 year. Them big names, them big money names. Like, you can't just, like, Hank Lundy ain't just about to go to some small show in Palmona unless you giving him that bread to come to Palmona. But that was just my thing. And even after that rant, they still ain't ranked the poor boy, man. I just hope someone signs him. He's supposed to be on UFC Fight Pass on the Tom Law for 360 Promotions. We'll see. This will be his first time on some big television. Let's see, can he show out? Because that's the experience that Top Rank gives you guys. You, Tiger Johnson, Mason, Abdullah. You guys have been on big cards consistently. So the lights, like, my girl is Shadeja Green, and look, she said it. The lights got to her. You're fighting under the lights consistently. So, God willing, when your opportunity comes, them lights don't be too hot. Some of these guys, they don't get that opportunity, and then they freeze up, man. But what's your thoughts on Tito not getting it? Because obviously you brought it up.
No, I had to touch on it just to mess with you a little bit. But on a real, like, man, the dude, he definitely fought some good fighters, man. And I definitely feel like, for him not to be mentioned, at least in some of those things, it's unfortunate. I will say it's unfortunate. But I know for sure that his time will come. But I definitely, for myself, I know how hard I put in that work, and what I've done in the year 2023 with the 5 fights that I had and everything like that, man. I was just happy to be bestowed upon the prospect of the year and everything like that for what I mean. But I'm that dude, I feel like he gonna definitely get his just due when the time is right for him, for sure.
Now, traditional upbringing is kind of like 4 of each. 4 4-rounders, 4 6-rounders, 4 8-rounders. Then you get into your 10-rounders. You skip that. Whose idea was to go from 8 to 10 in your last fight versus another 8?
I mean, well, to be honest, it was like the whole team. Like, we kind of came together and we just thought about the best, route for us at this point in time. And we ready. We were ready. We was ready for the 10 rounders and everything like that. To be honest, we know physically and mentally we're ready for anybody in the 126 division. That's including the champions. But we wanted to be able to progress, strategically and as the way the division stands right now, to where we want to position ourselves by the year 2025 to get them belts, man, we had to jump up and do the 10 rounders right away. And I'm ready to do 15 rounds if they ask me to. I'm ready to put it on for anybody.
I gotta ask because I want to believe he's gonna be around till 2025 as the champ. Man, he did his freaking thing.
Oh,
Rafael Espinoza, he
oh
shocked
yeah.
the world. He could punch, and he
Yeah.
got some crazy heart and determination because he got injured. I think he hurt his ankle and still finished
Yeah.
that fight.
Yes.
And you ranked in the WBO. You're
Mhm.
number 11. Obviously,
Number
he's
8
the
now.
champ. Oh, you've
I'm
got
number 8
elevated from
now.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
So look at that. You're number 8. So you might get there before 2025, to be honest, the way as active as they keep you. But what's your
Yeah.
thoughts on him? He's extremely tall for the division too.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
6 feet.
No, that guy, I became a fan of him after that fight, man. I knew nothing about him, never heard his name, never seen the guy, nothing like that. But him fighting Robacy and the way for Robacy, and then the way he just, like, his heart, man. I'm like, yo, I want to, immediately, I told my fiance, I'm like, yo, I want to fight him. That dude is nice. Like, I like him a lot, man. Like, that's a good fighter, man. But I've had, like I said, experience in amateurs and stuff like that when I fought guys taller than him, and I know there's ways around, getting guys like that, getting dudes like him out of there. You know what I mean? So I'm more than prepared for anybody. Him, Ray Vargas, Luis Alberto Lopez, whoever's gonna take that WBA, anybody, like anybody, I'm with it all.
You said whoever's gonna take the WBA?
WBA, yeah, because
Oh,
it's
you
vacant
going
right
that
now.
route? You going that route?
No, I'm saying anybody. I just named all the champions.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I say anybody.
Um,
Yeah.
so you got experience with Ronaldo, right? Because he's in your gym, and I know my boy Shamar Canal has sparred him, so you have to have sparred that champ, right?
Yeah, I've had plenty of rounds with Renato Lopez. I have plenty of rounds with Robacy Ramirez. I have plenty of rounds with a lot of guys like that was former champ. They know what's up. I'm just leave it
Nice,
at that.
nice, 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 nice. So that's good. Familiarity is always good.
Yeah.
How I mean it is sparring. It's not a real fight. It's not 8 ounces. You got the headgear. You get your coach to have things stop if he needs you to work on certain things. But how do you think you can deal with that pressure in a real fight? Because
I work
his pressure is what made him a champion.
I work my best under pressure. And you see how the way I fight. I'm cool, calm, and collected when I'm in the inside. I'm very calculated when I'm, shooting off my counters, setting up things and stuff like that. I like pressure because pressure makes me think, and I think about, I outthink all of my opponents when I'm in there. And also like, you mentioned like, 8-ounce gloves and stuff like that with power, how is that can affect me? Nothing can affect me if it don't touch me. And that's just how it is. That's how I fight. So yeah, that should basically answer your question.
What about the height? I know height doesn't win fights, but do you feel like it's an advantage for you to be taller than him? Because some people like to be smaller. They feel they could get on the inside because they're shorter.
Yeah, I think it's an advantage for me for sure because if you're a shorter guy to be able to get inside, you sometimes got to take some punishment. You sometimes got to take one to give one. I'd rather be the one that's giving out, that's dishing out the damage, and then because I know how to use my distance and how to box. I ain't got to really worry about too much of the mixing in the inside. And then if we do get in the inside, I'm handle myself very well on the inside. So I'm prepared on all cylinders.
There was an earlier debate a few shows ago about Bradley's height. Obviously, he commentates so many of your fights. Have you seen him eye to eye? Because you're listed at 5'8".
Dude.
No, because you're
Yeah,
listed
man.
at 5'8", and I thought he
Yeah.
was 5'8", but they got him listed as 5'6". Does he feel shorter than you?
Yeah, he does. He
Okay,
does feel shorter
okay.
than me. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's funny. I didn't know that there was a whole discrepancy about his height. That's funny. But nah, like yeah, I feel like I'm taller than Bradley, bro.
Okay, okay. He's high on you,
Yeah.
man. Like I've read articles where it's like Bradley's guy, Bruce Shushu Carrington. Have you seen that?
Really? Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't see that at all. Nah, word. You
yeah.
gotta send me that link.
For sure, I will.
Yeah, nah, but yeah, no, I mean
Look,
to
this is
impress a
the
guy like
quote.
that.
This is the
Yeah,
quote
go
from the
ahead.
article. The main card opener sees Tim Bradley specialist boy Bruce Carrington 10-0. Yeah,
Dang, okay.
I know, I know. I ain't like the boy either, but hey, you know.
It's cool. That's whatever, man. But I would say though, to impress a guy like that is a big deal because Bradley can be a critic, man. He can run you through the dirt for real. And he don't care on national television. He don't care what he say. He gonna tell her how it is, how the way he feel. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I respect about him because he's real transparent. But that also lets me know that if he's hyped on me, I gotta be doing something right. I gotta be putting it on, and I gotta be really impressing him. And he gotta, he's appreciating, my craft and what the way how I'm displaying that in the ring.
So before Espinoza upset Robese, there was a lot of talk of Inoue potentially moving up to challenge one of Top Rank's champions, whether that's Vinaldo Lopez or Robese. I want to put you in that conversation because now you're ranked number 8. There's no clear distinction as to whether Inoue is going to do that. So you may end up being in the division with him. Have you studied him? What's your thoughts on him? And is that a fight that you look forward to for legacy reasons, or did that never cross your mind because he's moving up? You don't know if he will get there or you will eventually move up when he does get there.
Man, I'm staying at 126. You know what I mean? I want to like take over the whole division. And of course I thought about fighting in a way, man. Like I'm a big fan of him. I'm so much of a fan of him that I studied so like everything that he does. Everything that he does. So I know all of the little things that he lacks and I peep it. And the type of style that I have, I can be able to dismantle all the things that he do. I can be able to take away his best attributes. Um, you know, this year in 2024, I plan on positioning myself to be able to, when he comes up in the division, to fight him. Because right now, obviously, it don't make no sense to fight him right now if he was to come up to 126. I got to continue to build my name. I got to be a bigger draw, all of that type of stuff, man. But when it's, this whole year, I'm positioning myself to be able to fight a guy like him for, yes, legacy reasons as well, too, because that guy, he is the man of the division. He the smaller guys, he is the one of the top pound for pound guys, fighters. And I just want to be able to prove to everybody that I'm the best. I want to beat the best. And to be able to beat the best, excuse me. To be able to beat the best, you got to beat the best.
I'm assuming you've been able to spar Nonito.
No, I have not. I have not been able to
Whoa.
spar Nico. Nah,
Really?
man. Yeah, no. That'll be a treat. That'll be a treat. I would love to spar Nonito, but I have not been able to.
Okay. Okay, I got a couple questions for the people before we let you go. First one's coming from Ruin 504. You kind of answered this. He says, what do you know about your next opponent? So if you felt you've
Yeah.
answered that, we could just shout him out and move on to the next one. Next one is in Toledo, Ohio. Tree says, what are the steps you need to take so you could step up a future fight with Inoue in New York?
Oh man, that'll be crazy. I just think I just gotta continue to fight guys on higher levels. We stepping up with this fight right here. We starting off the year big, but to continue to just fight guys in higher rankings and challenge myself, and in the mix of that, just build my fan base, man. And hopefully we can make something like that happen big in New York. Me, in a way, New York, monumental.
I got James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas. What have you enjoyed the most about your time at Top Rank?
Man, I mean it's multiple things. On the same level that I enjoy about Top Rank, I think it's more so just about my activity and with how they just keep me active. Even the team, the whole Top Rank, community, the camaraderie is so like dope, man. Like they really make everybody like feel really good. Like all the like I can't really speak for other fighters, but I know for myself, like they keep me really happy, man. They keep me really happy, and I can't wait to see what the future has for us.
Wow, I didn't know there was going to be so many questions about this guy. Big Bay Quinn from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Will you fight Inoue if you get the chance? How can you make that fight happen? And how do you see that fight going down if it happens? You kind of answered all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But just shout out Big Bay. We got another one from J.O. says, Shushu and TBV, what up? When do you feel you'll get a title shot? If you can name your next 3 fights, who would it be against?
I mean, to be honest, I'm just trying to just get up them rankings, man. Like I already got no names as who I can say will be going up to, the next 3 fights or whatever. I just want to just get up on the rankings. Whoever's there is going to be there. But world champion fight, I feel like if not the end of 2024, for sure in 2025.
I got Chad in Canada. Bruce, what's your thoughts on fighting a guy like Lee Wood in England or Brandon Figueroa or Ray Vargas?
Man, I would love to fight any one of them. Any one of them, everybody's going to get the same outcome. Bruce Juju Carrington being a victor, whether it's stoppage, unanimous decision, whatever. That's just what it's going to be. Any one of them, though, I would love to fight any one of them. Like I love fighting top level competition.
G Don from Tacoma, Washington. What up, champ? You think you will ever come out to the song from Brooklyn by Fabulous featuring Jay-Z and Uncle Murder?
Maybe. Who knows, man? Maybe. I might put that. As a little treat for you, man. Who knows, man? But I don't know. Maybe
Bruh, did you hear that Uncle Murder? What's the name? Let me look at my playlist. Part 2 though. It's the wrap up.
Nah, bro.
Bruh,
Yeah.
when you shadow boxing today, put part 2 on.
Okay.
That's all right. I mean, if you got
Wrap
Apple
Up?
Music or Spotify, it should be there. Uncle Murder, the wrap up, but it's spelled rap like R-A-P.
Right, gotcha. Yeah.
Flacco 38 from Sacramento, California. A big fan. How many fights you think we get to see you in this year? You fought 5 times last year, right?
Yeah. 5 times. I was 5-0 with 3 knockouts. But I would say Top Rank has scheduled me to fight 4 to 5 times this year. So you're gonna see another busy year for Bruce Carrington.
Against the ropes with Dose. If Top Rank were to throw you in there, how do you think you would do with Inoue, honestly? Damn, boy, that's a lot of Inoue questions.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Inoue is one of the best boxers in the sport, man. Like, and obviously, they've seen other interviews of me mentioning his name, so of course, all these questions gonna come. But listen, like I said before, I'm gonna win in dominating fashion. I'm just letting y'all know that. Period.
We got James in Atlanta. He says, as a rising prospect, better yet, prospect of the year, the pressure is on now as you elevate more. So how do you protect your mental health? Salute to you and salute to your career. Much success.
Man, I will say that one thing first and foremost, I pray to God to make sure He helps me, you know, through every step of life. You know what I mean? I also have a lot of close people that in my around my circle, in my team. Obviously my fiance, she keep my feet to the ground, keep me humble. Coach K, it's just so like I have to do a good job of making sure things don't get to my head as well too. But they really helped me and remind me like, yo, like, don't let the pressure get to you, or don't let things get to your head too much, because it'll kind of get me off track, man. I got a great team behind me.
Last one, champ. Rocky in the 954. Rocky from Florida, champ. Obviously, boxing is a rough sport. What keeps you motivated to put in work required to become a champion one day?
Man, I mean, to be honest, to continue to just put on for my family, you know what I mean? Like I just to continue to provide for my family, but also, man, I just want to be known as one of the greats. I want to be able to talk about Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Bruce Shushu Carrington is going to be in that conversation. Like that's where I want to be when it's all said and done.
Super duper last one. I didn't notice. New York Bullet says, what's good? Champ, blessings to you. When do you see yourself headline in the main event in New York? Bring the win home, Champ.
Listen, man, that ain't you can't talk to me. You gotta talk to Top Rank. Y'all gotta put it out there for me to be main event. Y'all gotta build that demand. Put it out there. Talk to Top Rank, and listen. If they hear you, they gonna deliver. So I would love to be main event right now, but yeah, maybe
Let me
towards the
ask
end of the
you,
year. Who knows?
do you think it's not a big deal for your Brooklyn fans to go to Madison Square, or would you prefer for them to let you fight at the Barclay?
Dude, I would love to fight in the Barclay as a pro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like the hood, bro, it's just a quick few stops on the 3 train. We were there. Like, you know what I mean? So I felt like the more of my peoples, from around the way, they would be more inclined to watch me fight in person if I was to fight in the Barclays. But listen, fighting in the Madison Square Garden is a blessing, and I 100% appreciate to be able to get the opportunity to fight there, man. Like that's the mecca of boxing. Muhammad Ali, all these different type of guys fought there, bro. Like I don't ever try to downplay fighting in Madison Square Garden. I can fight there as many times as I need to, man. I love fighting out there.
Nah, for sure. I just know that Brooklyn had hosted a lot of fights. They've obviously stopped now. But it would be good if maybe, you put that bug in Top Rank's ear and they could strike a deal with Brooklyn based off Brooklyn fighters like yourself. But, Bruce, that is all the questions. I do appreciate you. Please give out your social media, and thank you so much, man. We locked in with you.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, Ness. But yeah, man, my Instagram is Bruce_Carrington. My Twitter is B_Carrington1. And you guys, I want to I have a documentary. It's called Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that as brownsvilleborn.com. Give you a little backstory of my life, what I've been through growing up in Brownsville, losses and everything like that. And I hope y'all like it.
Appreciate you, champ, man. Thank you, and look forward to getting you back on after the big win for the victory lap.
That's right. From yours truly, the 2023 Prospect of the Year champ. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Appreciate you, champ. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Prospect of the Year, Bruce Shushu Carrington. Now we're going to have Gloria Alvarado on the show. She's actually goes by Coach G. We want to get that story. So let me hurry up. I mean, she says she's watching, so she knows I'll smoke, but I don't want to disrespect and smoke with her hair. So I think I had to take a quick against the ropes with Dose real quick. You feel me? But we did send her the link. And if you want to ask her a question, you just got to join our Patreon page or our members only. And you can ask her a question. Remember, she trains Alan Garcia. We're going to find out if she's, mother figure or the mother of Right Hook Roxy. Also, she trains my girl Ferreiras that fought Jessica McCaskill. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly what's her name. Her name is Erica Ferreira. Oh, did I say Erica? All right. Well, yeah, Erica Ferreira. So she trains a few people. Plus, there's not a lot of women boxing coaches, right? Like the last one that I remember was obviously Ann Wolf, great coach, and Dennis Douglin, Mama Boy's mother. That was the only other female coach like that. You got Coach Cam out there, but not on this level. Like, Gloria, Coach G is actually training champs. She got fucking Jocasta Valle, and Alan Garcia looks good. You see how decorated Roxy is in terms of amateur background. Now she's pro. And she moves her team well, too, right? They fight on Prime. They fight on Black Prime. They fight on Marv Nation. They fight on The Zone. They're all over. They on Top Rank, so definitely appreciate that. But I'm going to keep these lines moving until she calls in. We got Cliff in Connecticut. What up?
What up? Yo, shout outs to Bruce Shushu. I respect him as a prospect. I think he should be a contender in no time. I believe that was my vote for, you know what I mean, the prospect of the year. Shout outs to him. I like him a lot. I think he reminds me, pause, like don't go crazy, but I think he reminds me of like a young Buck Crawford. Maybe he won't get as heavy, but I think he will see and hear from him for a very, very long time. Hey yo, let's get to the topic that you had. I swear, Bruce Corso has been a lot of time, but there was a caller that you argue with that was saying the most stupidest shit ever. And I guess I heard you say like, "Yo, I've been talking to you for 10 years, so I guess you let him rock this off of GP." Like, yo, this he been supporting for a minute.
Oh, you
So
talking
you
about
argue with the
NO?
dumbest
You
shit.
talking about NO? It gotta be NO.
Whoever it gotta be, you let him rock because I don't know why, but he was just bugging, talking about Shakur gonna sign with the Sheik and all types of wild shit. He was saying anything. And really, literally, he was saying fucking anything. But yo, like Shakur, I don't know where he's gonna sign, and I don't care where he signs. For him, he really, really, this is a very important part of Shakur's career to pick the right promoter at this point in his career because he's coming off of the most devastating, like like the most devastating setback win that you could have. Damn, my hair, she hit you up. You want to jump off and get your people?
Yeah. I'll get back to you.
Right.
All right. Coach G, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Doing
I
great, thank you.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for coming on. I was super interested in obviously getting your story. There's not a lot of female coaches in boxing, let alone on the high level, right? Like the ones that come to mind for me are Ann Wolf. And like I told my audience, Dennis Douglin's mom, which I don't even know her name, but the mama's boy, his
Yeah.
mother, and then you got Coach Cam, but not a lot of females in boxing coaching women and men on a high level successfully. So I wanted to get you on to, have you do the rounds and put your story out there. So first and foremost, thank you. How are you? Happy New Year.
Great, thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you for having me.
How'd you get started? What got you into boxing, and how'd you become a boxing trainer?
TikTok videos and YouTube. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, really?
No, well, that's where a lot of people learn now. I come from a family of legends of boxers and kickboxers and trainers, so it's been in my blood. My grandmother was a professional wrestler. My mom, my tias, my uncles, they were all world champion kickboxers. They were boxers. You're either a great fighter in my family or an amazing trainer. So
So when did you take it up?
well, I've been in the gym all my life. Like I said, it was it's a family tradition. All our uncles, aunts, and parents, they were always at the gym. They were fighting around the world, and we had to stay in the gym. So it was just something that I grew up in, and I started kickboxing and boxing. But I got married at a very young age, so it kind of pulled me away from the sport. And back in my days, I'm 52 years old now. Back in my days, it wasn't that many women out there, so I didn't see a future. Well, my husband didn't see a future for me in boxing. He didn't want me to ruin my face, so yeah, had kids and yeah, just but kind of stuck around in the game because I loved it. It's in my blood, it's my bloodline.
So you had this passion to fight, and your husband doesn't want you to fight. So how'd you transition that into teaching?
Well, after the years, and after my last child, which is Roxy, I have two daughters. They both box. Um, Throughout the years, I just, I went through a divorce and I just went back to boxing. I owned a few restaurants and stuff, and my passion has always been, boxing. Just picked up a fighter when I was about maybe 20, 22 years old around there. And and just fell in love with the sport all over again. I've never fell out of love with it, but I said, hey, I can be good at this. I think I'd be great at this.
What was the name of the fighter that you picked up when you were 20? And what level of success did you guys accomplish? What happened to him?
It was an amateur. It was amateur boxer. His name was Jesse. I forget the last name. It's a difficult last name, but I fought him at the Golden Gloves, and when I got him, I think he was like 9 losses, and it was just something like a little hobby. My dad told me, because she owned the gym here, you can take him. No one wanted him in the gym, so I was one of the younger and she knew I could train, these kids, so I got him. Um, yeah, we went to the Golden Gloves and we actually, won the novice division and stuff. So I was happy. I was excited. So I experimented with that and yeah, I just kind of stuck to it. Trained my own daughters, trained a couple other a lot of kids in the community in the gym.
So technically, you got him better because you got him with 9 losses and you were able to win the Golden Gloves with him.
Yeah, yeah. I think I ended up with him like 13 wins. Yeah. I think I only had like one loss with him.
So we had an earlier debate, probably during our morning show or a few shows ago. I thought that you were just a quote unquote mother figure. I didn't know that Roxy was actually your daughter. So you're saying she is your real daughter. Is Jocasta also your daughter then?
No, 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 no. Just Roxy. I have an older daughter. She's 34 years old. She was a fighter as well. She just decided to get married, and yeah, I didn't want her to fight anymore. Wasn't for her. But Roxy is just a whole different, just made from a different cloth. That bloodline in her is just ran through her veins.
So what made her take up the sport?
Me.
Okay.
Me, yeah. I was in the gym training my other daughter, and I was I was in East LA in Boyle Heights. I'm sure you're familiar with Sinisa Estrada.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Well, I used to train with her father, and I was also helped train Sinisa Estrada for a few years myself. I wasn't her trainer, but I worked with her and I would meet them, and we were a team. So worked a couple of her fights, and I was training my daughter at the same time. Roxy, I believe, was about 2 years old, and she just always picked up a pair of gloves, whatever she could find, and mouthpieces from the floor, and just jump in the ring and start sparring with anybody.
Man, Jocasta has to be reassuring for Jocasta that now you train her and you've had a few camps with, what we believe is Jocasta's nemesis. That's the fight. Actually, it's signed as well, right? That fight is happening?
That fight is happening March 29th, yes.
Wow. What's your thoughts? That's a big
Yeah.
fight. That's something she's been wanting for a while now.
Well, when you're at that level, it's not just I mean it's you want those belts. You got to be able to fight anyone, and whoever's holding the belts, whether it be Sanisa Estrada, whether it be Jessica Neri Plata, anybody, it doesn't matter what name it is. It's just you have to go for those belts. It's nothing personal. It's the belts we want. That's it.
What advantages do you feel that Jocasta has over Sinisa?
Shit, me.
So you think it comes down to the trainer?
It's a team thing. If you have strategy, you have a trainer that has a strategy, and knows a couple things or two. We did grab 4 world titles in a year and a half. So, I mean, we work together as a team. But the advantage I think she has is the girl is really hungry. She's very hungry. Nothing distracts her. She's not, she's just not. She's just different. She trains like I've had hundreds of athletes, and she's just one that stands out to me as one of the hardest, hungriest fighters. Not just a female fighter, just a fighter in general. It's just she goes hard. She goes hard. And this girl punches back. So if you hit her twice with 2 hard shots, she's gonna come back with 10, and she's gonna land all 12.
Do you believe this is Sinisa's toughest opponent?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is it just because the belts are on the line, or is it something specific about Jocasta?
It's just Yokasa. Yokasa has cardio. She has the conditioning. She has the power. People talk about, oh, she doesn't have power, not knocking out these people. She has the same amount of knockouts, I believe, as Denise Estrada. Um, she went up to 108 division. She went and she beat the undefeated world champion. Took her two belts from her because of her power, her technique, her body shots, and I just think that she has the advantage because she has the whole package. She has the whole package.
We just seen Michaela Mayer and Natasha Jonas, and honestly, I've never been a big advocate for like, oh, let's get 3-minute rounds, but that fight right there has me feeling like 2024, I need to be an advocate of 3-minute rounds. I felt like Michaela Mayer did a lot of damage, hurt Jonas on several occasions with uppercuts. That if we had that extra minute, not those two extra rounds for 2 minutes, I think I need, as a consumer of women's boxing, I need 3-minute rounds. I believe some women can get stoppages with that extra minute because of the body work or just the, you know, exhaustion. I don't think everyone has the tank to do 3-minute rounds.
No, absolutely not. Um, I do like the three. I like the 3-minute rounds because I train hundreds of amateurs and I know the style. It just you have to throw sometimes carelessly. These girls. That's why men love to watch female boxing because they just throw a lot of punches, and it doesn't give you time to set stuff up. It doesn't give you time to show the skill and really work the body and invest in the body work first and go just you have to go and get it. So I get it. The 3-minute rounds will be a lot more knockouts. That's happened to us several times in with Yokasta, and I think Yokasta she can go 4 or 5 minute rounds, nonstop throwing punches. That's just a person on the other side of the ring is not going to be able to handle the pressure she holds for 3 minutes. So
Has she ever fought 3-minute rounds, and is she opposed or against that? I know this particular fight possibly won't be able to do that because the WBC is totally against it, and this is a unification for undisputed. But do you know if she would like to fight 3-minute rounds?
she would love to fight the 3-minute rounds. I would love for her to fight the 3-minute rounds. She has fought 3-minute rounds in Costa Rica, but again, the WBC will not allow it. So um, it's not going to happen for this fight.
And just to be clear, because I went to the convention, not the one in Kazakhstan, obviously the one before that in Acapulco, and
Florida.
no, not the WBA,
Oh,
WBC in
okay.
Acapulco, and I obviously, I was trying to be an advocate for the 3 minutes. They have their studies, but my question to you is, do you not have both daughter and unified champ sparring 3-minute rounds in sparring in your gym?
Um, I used to, but since we're preparing for very important fights, I always tell I have this thing where I was taught you're going to fight the way you train. So we have to go and get it. We have to put those combinations together. We have to know uh, how many punches, how many combinations, how much time we have to get in the center of the ring and to walk the person down. So the cardio, it's always going to be there. People are using that for no, it's the conditioning. Then to me, it's more of a myth. You're gonna fight the way you train. And if I teach my girls to fight 3-minute rounds, they're gonna have a lot of time on their hands. And when they get in the ring to fight, the time goes, and they say, "Where did the time go? That I didn't get to, I didn't get
Wow.
to, to really, really do what I wanted to do."
So to be clear, you're not saying that you dial it down as you get closer to the fight. You're saying from the beginning of camp, they're sparring 2-minute rounds.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I never heard that, right? Like I've interviewed dozens of trainers that train women, and they usually dial it down. They'll say, "No, we do 3-minute rounds in the gym." But then when we get closer to fight week, they get them, not closer to fight week, but closer to the fight, they start putting them at 2 minutes to get acclimated to what they're gonna get used to. And I guess that the 3-minute rounds is for the conditioning. But if you're doing conditioning another way, your theory makes sense.
Hmm.
Practice, the way that you're gonna fight. It's something that Floyd Mayweather said in another way, right? Like that's why he trains at night, because he fights as a main event fighter at night.
Makes sense.
Exactly. So it does make sense. I wanted to ask because when your daughter did the weigh-in for Golden Boy, I'm Dominican by parents, right? So I'm assuming her face and outfit was something traditional to your culture. If you could just explain, I'm gonna screen share here. But that's what I assumed, right? Yes.
Yeah, so that theme right there was Dia de los Muertos. It was actually 2 days before the. It's one of the biggest celebrated for ancestors. You know, the people that, like you've seen you know, your ancestors are no longer with you. The people that you've cherished, and you know, and you everything you do for them, it's in the remembrance of them. So being that she's a fourth generation fighter, my grandmother was a fighter, my mom's a fighter, and then our generation and then her generation, she dedicated that, and it's something that we wanted to do and give back. Roxy, I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, that she is a Mexican citizen.
Oh wow, okay. So she's real Mexican. It's funny, we have a caller that cuz this is a call-in show and he loves to emphasize who's Mexican and who's not. And if you're not born there or living there, you know,
There's a
to
lot of
him,
those, believe me.
yeah, to him you're not Mexican. But she got the win on Golden Boy. I wanted to actually talk about and highlight, are you the one navigating the careers? Because I see that your fighters fight on every network. You have some on Black Prime. You have them on Marv Nation. You have them on DAZN. You've had them on Golden Boy. So, and now you got Jocasta Valle. Yeah, you got Alan Garcia on Top Rank, and you got Jocasta Valle now to do, I guess is this a co-broadcast? What is, because isn't she with Golden Boy and Sinisa with Top Rank?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a they're doing co-promotion there on March 29th. But yeah, I manage some of my fighters, and like I said, I've been around for so long. I have relationship with just about every promotional company out there, and they know who I am. And I'm not new to boxing. I'm definitely not new to them. I may be new to people across the pond, but you know, slowly but surely they're getting to know who I am. So, yeah, I have a good relationship with a lot of the big companies out there.
Has it always been that easy, or do you credit your time? Because I'm impressed. You know, I highlighted Tito Mercado Sr. for what he's been able to do with his son and the big names he's been able to get his son. And I think that you deserve the same recognition for what you've been able to do with all your different fighters, and, you know, be able to not have boundaries or limitations and open to deal with everyone, and especially as a woman. So yeah, has it always been this easy, and do you foresee to continue to have a future in management?
No, it hasn't been easy at all. I mean, my fighters, their style, the way they carry themselves, and I don't know if you notice, a lot of them are very good looking, most of them, and they can fight. So I mean, promoters like that, but the most of all, they see the pedigree on them, and you know they can fight. They're knocking people out, and you know we're patient. We're not in a hurry. They're young, um, and when you start to get those phone calls when they choose you, you leave your options open, and you know you hope for the best company to come out and you know try to sign your kid, you know, your fighter.
So talk to me about Allen. He's obviously one of your fighters that's caught in our attention. He looks like he can be the total package. We got his story and the fact that you took him in at 17. I guess I want to know, how'd you convince his parents to have a kid come from one side of the country to the next and live with you?
That's a question I wasn't prepared. You know, it's crazy because I've known him since he was, I think, 13 years old, and when he decided to come with me, he was 16. He was still 16, and he had just turned 17, I think, a month or two. And well, he told me, you know, his parents said it was okay, and I'm thinking like, yeah, okay, I'm a mom. I'm not gonna, send my kid with someone I don't know, especially, I mean, just all the way to Los Angeles. And so he got his dad, kid Kansas, Alan. He's a good kid, and he has his ways, and he has his personality. And when he says something, he's gonna do it, no matter what. So he had his mindset that he was going to Los Angeles, and he was gonna either be in Los Angeles or in Florida. And he called me. He told me some promotional company reached out to him, and I said, "You're not going anywhere. I'll pick you up, So I flew him out to Dallas, and his mom and his pops were okay with it on board. I spoke with them, video called, introduced myself, and they knew about my daughter. And, they know that their kid he was a kid, but he had a grown man mentality, So he said, I'm going to LA, and that's it.
So now he's living with you, and how did you know, obviously, that, outside of him being a good kid, he would pan out to be a good fighter? Because, you're looking at a 13, 17-year-old kid. His man strength hasn't kicked in. He hasn't gone fully through puberty. How did you know that was going to be worth the investment and time?
Being I've been in the gym all my life, people may call me crazy, but the minute I see someone, I see the talent. Whether the way they tie their shoes, the way they tie their gloves, or just the way they carry themselves, I can tell. I can see talent in a person. I've been in the gym long enough. I had so many fighters. I worked with Olympians, former world champions, and I know hungry when I see it. And if he's hungry enough, and I can feed him all the knowledge that I have, he's gonna make it.
So he's basically on an audition now with Top Rank, right? They want to sign him, but he's got to win this fight, correct?
That's correct.
So that's added pressure. How's he been receiving that in the gym? How's he been responding to, that extra weight on his shoulders, knowing that a great performance can change his life because it will have a contract with guaranteed fights for him?
He's been through so much in his life. We just spend so much time together. We talk a lot, and we talk about how great he is. How he's a great person. He's a great athlete. He has a great spirit. He's just, he has the whole package. Believe in himself. Don't, it's okay to doubt yourself. People do it all the time, but it's up to you to let your doubts stop you. And he's not going to let anything or anyone stop him. He's just going to keep going. So there's no added pressure. I think he's just doing this for the memory of his loved ones, and he's doing this for his parents, and he just believes in what he can do. And after today's sparring, I'm telling you, it's going to be a special kid. He has special days in the gym.
Who'd he spar? Conor Ben? I know Conor Ben is in California. I don't know how close that is to your gym, but who'd he spar that you guys are so excited?
No, just anyone he goes and spars with. Like, he sparred a kid, I think his name is Butcher Beltran or something like that. And he just spars. He's been in the ring with John Cepeda, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero. He's been in there with Brian Castaño. I mean, a lot of people know who Kid Kansas is, and they get excited when they see him.
He's in that 140-pound division. Do you see him getting down to 35 for that first title shot, or do you want him to stay at 40?
No. He fights at 135. The only reason why they have him up because the opponents wouldn't make the weight at 135, so they had him fighting at 137 pounds. But he's at 135.
Okay. No, I mean, his box rec, there's some fights at 37, some fights at 39, 41. So I wanted to ask because sometimes, if there's no title on the line, there's also no reason for you to be contracted to be making, 135. There's not even a regional title there on the line. But I asked him about his international experience and his, his ability to fight in Mexico, America, and in the home time of Jocasta Valle in Costa Rica. How did he perform in your opinion? Obviously, he got the big stoppage in Costa Rica, but how did he perform on an international level?
He handled it very well. We went up there and acclimated. We were there for about 9 days, I believe, prior to the fight. He only had like 2.5, 3 weeks to prepare for that fight. After he came back from that TCL tournament thing they had, and I told him, "Look, we got a fight date for you. You want to fight?" He just, "I want to fight. I just want to fight." And I said, "Okay." We took him to Costa Rica, and three opponents fell out. No, I'm sorry, two opponents fell out, and the first one I said, I'm gonna pass that one on. It's a little, it's just, no, I'm gonna pass that one on. And the other two opponents fell out, and so we ended up with the first one. I said, maybe we'll just pass him up for this time. And yeah, he did great. He did amazing. He was just happy, excited to be there, and then he got that amazing, amazing knockout.
What was it about Renee De Leon that made you initially not want to fight him?
Well, being that he had Kid Kansas, I think we only had 2.5 to 3 weeks to train for that fight. The other kid, he was pretty big. The other guy, he was a grown man, and he was on the I think it was Guatemala team, the Olympic team. So he had a lot of amateur experience. He had close to 200 amateur fights, and I was told. So I was like, and I saw the way he fought and everything, and it wasn't that we were afraid to fight him. It just, I'm in Costa Rica, and this is his first fight in several months, and I just think, just I just wanted to hold off on that type of fight.
Got a couple questions here from the people, and we'll let you go. We got Ruin 504 that says, could you comment on who you guys might bring in for sparring for the Estrada fight?
Look, and I could tell you what's served on the table, but I can't give you the recipes.
Estrada is Orthodox?
Yeah, she fights southpaw as well.
I got a girl for you. Have you heard of Jadira Bustillos, trained by Gil Martinez?
Yeah, we sparred her. We sparred her before.
Yeah, that won't be good work. I feel like she's super active, right? Do you think she's active, or was the experience of Jocasta too much for her? Did that slow her activity and output down? Because I see her spar a lot, and she's active. She loves to go to the body, too.
Yeah, she loves to go to the body. And I seen her stop, a girl in the gym and with some body shots. But the level of experience is just a little different. A little different.
It
But hey,
is.
she's one of those young girls I look at like, hey, she's coming. She's coming for us.
Yeah, I mean, she could go in the first 3 rounds and just switch her
Yeah.
out. We got Toledo Treese in Toledo, Ohio. He says, what could save Olympic boxing in your opinion?
Man, being in the amateurs for so long, I just, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that question. I mean, it just so many things. I just don't. It starts with the politics, but you can't get rid of politics. You can't. You know, you can knock them all out. Look at USA Boxing. You can knock out all the opponents, and you're still not gonna go to Olympics. They already have their politics set up. Then my daughter beat everybody. There was no one that could beat her. Wins the gold medal at the World Championships, brings home gold medals internationally. And we were told that 125 was going to be our spot. Nothing. So it starts with the politics. You can't take that away.
James in Atlanta. Coach, thanks for coming on. How do you feel about Alicia Baumgartner versus Clarissa Shields' future fight at 147-pound matchup? Who do you got go win that belt?
All these big jumps like that, I understand it's for the money, but I love Alicia. I love her style. She's great. She's great. It's unfortunate she had that, mishap happen to her, and now they found her not guilty, but it's still in a lot of people's mind. She's under the radar, but I think she's great. I think she should stay at 135 and sweep up the tables, 140s, 147. I don't know how, Clarissa Shield, how she's gonna look dropping, making that weight, and it just I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think I have Clarissa Shields on that one for the experience.
I have Sir Wisdom. Saludos, Gloria.
Saludos.
Hola, que todo bien. La pregunta que le tengo es, what division to you is the most stacked from the women's side and the men's side? You can only choose one from each side.
Mm. The women, I gotta say, the 135s. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
135 is
between.
hot. I love
It's
Beatrice
hot right
Ferreira.
now. Yeah, and then for the men's, I believe it's the 140 now because everyone exited from the 135 to the 140 division.
Wow, you really know your boxing. I got Bones 13 from Fort Worth, Texas. First off, congratulations on everything you've accomplished in boxing. How did you feel when Sinisa said she's going to beat Jocasta and her coach, meaning you take it disrespectfully? Meaning, did you take it disrespectfully?
They know damn well that that's not a threat to me. Like I said, I've
She don't care. She ready to get into it with anybody.
What's up, Alan?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
being that they've known me for so many years, it's not a threat, and I love Sinisa, but I have my fighter, and if they feel betrayal on my side, I mean, that's true. Her dad was one of my best friends, but after 14 years, you don't hear from them. You hear from them once every 3 years. They don't call me for my birthday. They don't call me for Christmas. They didn't come to my mom's funeral. They didn't come to my grand opening, which was in their neighborhood in East Los Angeles. Um, I have a fighter, and I have an agenda. And it's not my I would just say my job to look 4 divisions up and 2 divisions down and wondering like, okay, where's Denise at? They happen to bring me a fighter. I started training her, winning these world titles. Now they're upset with me. So anybody trying to take this other than than a boxing match in the ring and trying to make it into like a high school fight or a gang fight, it's ridiculous to me. They shouldn't be in boxing. Just hand over the belts.
Wait, so the beef stems from just you having a fighter in the same division. They would have rather you not train someone in the same weight class. Is that it?
That's absolutely 100% correct and confirmed. I got a phone call. So,
Damn.
yeah.
Last one here is from Big Bro Combat. Salute. Bud and Canelo is the next big pressure fight holding it down from Richmond. Do you like that fight?
Absolutely not. Come on. Absolutely not. It just come on. Canelo's way heavier, and Bud, I love Bud. We fought on 3 of his undercards. We were on 3 of his cards. I love Bud. It's just a different, it's just getting people riled up. It's the money thing, and I just think it's too much weight class. I really think that Canelo shouldn't even pay attention to, you know, what's down here. He should pay attention to what's above him. He's still got Benavides. He's still got Munguia. He's still got who else? That's up there. The other Charlo brother. And he's got a lot of people in front of him. I think Bud needs to, maybe gain some weight and start a couple of fights. Big. If he wants to move up all those divisions, then he has to put on the weight and get in the ring with those big guys, and then call out the person that is different level of boxing. His IQ is just different.
So I do want to give you the opportunity to tell us about any other fighters you're working with that maybe I'm not familiar with that we need to follow and get behind, because I know you are working with more than just Jocasta, your daughter, and Alan. I believe there's another young man you're working with, right?
Yeah, his name is this is Karma Alvarado. He's 11-1, and he's a monster. I'm telling you, he looks just like Pitbull Cruz. He fights like Pitbull Cruz, a lot technical. He was on the Mexican national team for, I believe, 4 years. He has about 200 amateur fights. He's really good. He's a really good guy. I've had him for 3.5 years. So, I mean, he's just a monster. Then I have, of course, Naomi
What
Valle.
division?
I'm fighting him at 130 pounds, but he's gonna, fight for a title. There's no title in line right now, but I'll shoot him for a title at 126, and I do believe he's gonna be a world champion at 126.
And you
He
said
had an
his
opportunity.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna ask his first name because I'm on his Instagram. It just says J. Alvarado 60.
That's him. That's
Yeah,
him.
but it doesn't have his first name. What's his first name?
Jose.
Jose. Okay.
Yeah. You know, everywhere I take him to spar, the guy just walks everyone down. He's a soldier, you know, and great defense. He has a style. People tell him he has a style of Mike Tyson, Pitbull Cruz, but Marquez. Yeah.
Damn, I want to see that. When
Yeah.
can we see some? When can we see him on television or the Zone or an app or something?
He just fought on the zone. He fought on the zone when Yokasa Valles card. He fought on the zone twice actually. You know, so he's there.
All right, I'm gonna go back and check it. So the one that was in Costa Rica, you're saying, versus
And
Roger
that
Scott?
one, yes,
All
yes.
right, I'll go check
He
that
fought
out.
there twice on the on the zone on a Golden Boy card. He had an opportunity with Top Rank, but he had some an injury in camp. Top Rank was interested in him as well, but an injury and it set him back like 4 months. So you know we got to work our way back up there. And he's coming off of 3 knockouts, so you know we're on the right track again.
So did he suffer that loss under you, or was that before you?
Yeah, you might want to go back and look at that fight. It was the first fight in the zone. You know, being in Costa Rica, the guy was from Costa Rica, and he was fighting the referee and the person in front of him. The contract was signed 8 rounds. The TV was 8 rounds, and they stopped it in 6, and they went to a split decision. We got a few headbutts, and my guy touched his head, you know, and the referee turned around and looked at him and took a point from him. So that caused us to fight, you know. I had Marco Antonio Barrera working with me the corner that time.
Wow, that's unfortunate. But definitely we'll tune into him. Coach G, is there anyone else that we should be watching?
Yes, I have Carlos Rodriguez Medellin. We're going to World Championships in March, early March for the World Championships. He's going to qualify. He already qualified his weight class with Mexico. He's on the Mexico team. He's a cruiserweight, so now we got to go qualify the weight class for his country in Italy for the Olympics.
All right. And your social media?
Coach G Boxing. Coach with the G double E.
All right. Oh, double E. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was just Coach G. I did see double E. Well, Coach G, man, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. We look forward to getting you back on more regularly and following the careers of your fighters. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor. It's an honor.
No, appreciate it. It was great.
One more thing. Let me tell you something. I don't know if
Sure.
you know, but I work with El Francisco El Bandido Vargas. We had him
Okay.
for 5.5 years. I also work with Sergey Lipinets. I also had Meserito Rodriguez. We fought in Noe in Japan.
Okay.
The other guys. So
Wow. So
yeah,
you're
see you in the
definitely
future.
you definitely have the experience. What years you
YouTube
were
and
with
TikTok is a hell of a way to learn.
YouTube and TikTok's a hell of a teacher. What years were you with Francisco?
Francisco Weir. This was right before he fought. It was right after the Olympics in Tokyo. No, yeah,
Oh, so
Tokyo.
he was still
El
undefeated then.
Bandido.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
El Bandido. Yeah, we had him, and then we had Meserito Rodriguez. Yeah, so I worked with the several world champions. So I was the water girl then.
So you moved up. You moved up.
You know, you're married to someone who actually, you know, was the trainer, the main trainer. You're just considered. You're the
What
female.
was
You're
your
considered.
husband's name? Or
Oh, I
ex-husband?
rather not. I rather not say.
So you don't have his last name?
No, no. It was borrowed.
It was borrowed. Okay.
Gave it
Okay.
back.
You gave it back. So are you saying he's popular in the boxing world?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to do some research. Thank you, Coach G. Appreciate you
Love
coming
you. God
on.
bless.
All
Dios me la
right.
bendiga. Bye.
Igual. That was good. That was good. Damn, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to try and figure out who's the famous ex-husband. I guess that's where she got, picked up some of that talent because she said, she obviously worked with him. We got Bobby Lockhart Jr., member for 9 months on that champ level. Are there any James Prince fighters not signed a top rank? Not that I know of. We got, I don't know, what the fuck is that? Blounce, the engineer. Welcome to the champ level. High and Low Sports Centrum. The Boxing Voice is more, $2. We got Kerry G, $5. Starting to feel kind of bad for Shakur. So much bad mouthing, no pay-per-view hype, no Saudi hype. Hopefully, he just focuses on performances. Name will be back. I guess his name will be back. And Bones 13, welcome to the champ level. Drew, what it do?
Yo, what up, Ness? One of the hardest working men in boxing.
What up? Man, it ain't even work, bro. I love this shit. I love that story
Oh,
I
I
just
know. I
heard.
love that shit. I love that shit too. Regards to earlier, you know what? CYP's right. I'd rather have Tank Davis's career than AJ's. Be a short guy with no clout. Damn the Hugo Boss. Damn the Under Armour. Damn all the women in the world wanted me because I'm the heavyweight Don. I'd rather have Tank's career, Ness.
Yo, remember that video where no one knew Mayweather and wanted to only take pictures with AJ?
And it was only the women, Ness. Remember, it was all the women. Like, nah, why am I going to go next to this 5-foot midget when I got a 6'4" god of a man in front of me? Come on. That shit was, and kudos to AJ for having a class. Like, no, this is Floyd. Come, take a picture too. Like, nah. And he's classy. But that's, I just laugh at shit like that. In regards to the Shakur shit, Ness, let's just be real. Now, who's going to pay him that $3+ million guarantee after this last performance? On the open market.
You're right. The only people that I could see even interested in him is top PBC if they wanted him to fight Tank. But if they don't need him or consider him a big fight, I don't know that they interested in him as well. Maybe you're right. Maybe he resigns.
Do you think Eddie Hearn and Matchroom interested at all? But not at that price?
No, I think they would be interested. They paying Devin like that. He sells good tickets. They could go to North and do some things with him. Maybe it's like I was saying to Shushu. Maybe Eddie could to work on the Brooklyn Barclays Center deal. No one's using that venue anymore. That's close to North.
That's wide open. That's wide open. But I'm just realistically, Ness, like, a lot's coming down on this next fight, correct? This is his last fight on the Top Rank deal, right?
I don't know the details. I know this the last year. He's made that
the
very
last year.
clear.
So he's got to show out this. He could get the Edwin De Los Santos taste out of everyone's mouth if he puts on spectacular performances this year. The ball is literally in his hands. It's like his career is on the line with him. He's in control of it. So he got to show out in the ring.
Who could he fight though? Like without crossing over and put on a spectacular performance. I mean,
who's
is busy.
Who's that gold member? What's his name at 135 from Golden Boy said he want that smoke. Send him the offer. I can't think of his name right now. Mexican guy.
Cepeda,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a decent fight. That's a decent fight. I like that fight.
That's one fight. And
what about I know
that's
this dude ain't known like that, but isn't he with Top Rank Denis Baranchik?
Yeah, no, he's with Top Rank. You right.
Yeah.
But you got Zepeda, you got Navarrete too, también, que no?
What about Morataya? Not too soon?
I know I like that fight, yo. At least Mortai is gonna come and try to fight.
I don't like the
You gotta get.
Navarrete fight because it's like, yo, you showing us you don't like power, so now you about to move up a dude without power. I don't sit well with me.
I can see that argument. I'm just thinking the activity. Navarrete throws them punches, and where's Shakur gonna go? He's gotta. I mean, just the optics of like the style of the fight. I need to put him in there with tough guys that can throw 70 to 100 punches around. But
Hey
I really
Drew,
don't know. I
hey
think he
Drew,
resigned.
hey Drew. There's
What?
no way Navarrete throwing all them punches with Shakur. He gonna get fucked up. When you find a counter puncher that is that sharp, you not throwing all them punches. Not in my opinion. I hope I'm wrong. And Navarrete pushes the fuck out of Shakur in a Castillo Mayweather like fight, but
Exactly. And the
he's
only reason I
so
say that, Ness,
wide and
only reason I
I don't
say
know.
that, Ness, the only reason I say Navarrete do that because I can't figure Navarrete out, Ness. He makes so many fucking mistakes and he's so fucking awkward, but it works for him. Like look at the shit he did with Valdez, and I was like the motherfucker. He has no fundamentals, Ness, but that shit fucking works for that fool. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. So I'm just thinking, okay, if he doesn't throw 70, what's 40 punches around 50? That's still a lot for Shakur. But that's my call.
All
I'll
right,
CP
champ.
on the next one.
For sure. Yeah, I mean that is a lot. 50 punches is a lot to avoid. I don't know. I got Bad Girl TKO. Welcome to the prospect level. Self Productions with the $10 super chat. Celebrating his 5th super chat. He says, TBV, another glove emoji? Glove emoji? 3 fire emojis? I don't know what you mean by that, but hey, we appreciate you and the love. If you want to call in, you know what to do. It's time to get ahead and request on Discord or Twitter Spaces. I got to wrap up with Cliff in Connecticut. I owe you a couple seconds. What up?
You.
You.
All I was gonna say regarding the Shakur shit is he got to pick where he's gonna go. He got to pick like real strategically because I don't think nobody should want to fight him. And as far as Calvin Ford coming out saying like, "Yo, Tank ain't never gonna fight him," I subscribe to that. I'm okay with that because when you gonna run like that, why sign up to fight you? I could lose this fight to a person that's basically, how do they say it? Like, it's almost like you disrespecting the spirit of the sport, like being a rabbit and just running away like that. Like, that shit is corny. So I feel like Shakur set himself back tremendously. He set himself back tremendously the way he fought with De Los Santos, to where all of the biggest fighters, if they avoid him, I feel like they get a pass. That's a pass to avoid Shakur that is like it's warranted. And then damn, how the fuck was I gonna say this shit? It's just like, fuck Shakur. I'm off that boat. Like, he talked the most shit in the world, and he did what he had to do. I don't give a fuck what happens to him or where he goes. He gets on some show and prove shit. Show it, prove it, and then maybe you could get some fans back like myself. But Devin, I fuck with him the way he stood in there and he gave Regis the business. He threw punches. He didn't run. That's how it's supposed to be. Shakur, he's fake. He's phony. I ain't fucking with him. So I don't give a fuck where he goes. Go there. Prove something and build yourself back up because you lost this with the De Los Santos fight. Like, straight like that. Like, I don't worry about him. I don't give a fuck where he go. That's basically what I had to say about him. Like, fuck him.
Well, damn. All right, Cliff. Appreciate you. We gonna go out to Bo Rogers. Bo Rogers, what up?
What up, man? Hey, look, check this out. Shakur got to ask himself 2 questions. If he want to be a pay-per-view star, he need to go to the PBC. If he want to just be a guy fighting for flat fees and stuff like that, then go stay where he at. You know, he might want to do like Terrence Crawford do, get a bunch of easy fights throughout your whole career, but you know you getting a $4 million guarantee. That's good money. Easy fights that you know you're gonna win, and people gonna praise you for it because you ain't on the PBC. Now, if you really want to be a star and a pay-per-view star, he need to sign with the PBC. But the only thing about it is you're gonna have to fight somebody. That's why Devin Haney are trying to stay away, because you go over there, they don't do no cherry picking, matchmaking for you. You're gonna fight somebody. You hear what Adrian Broner said. They want you to fight King Kong every time. You can become a pay-per-view star if you fight the people they ask you to fight.
Who's Tank King
really
Kong? I'm sorry, I ain't no Tank fought King Kong. Who?
Well, hold.
Oh.
Tank. Oh. Hold on, listen. Everybody Tank in the ring with, to the casual eye, those guys way bigger than him, and I don't give a fuck.
Oh, so he ain't got to fight King Kong because the optics look better.
He fighting tough guys.
But he not fighting King Kong, though. He not fighting King Kong.
Hold up. I think Barrio's pretty good.
Is he King Kong?
I think he big as hell.
Is he King?
You guys, what do you think?
Is he King Kong?
Hold up. Listen. He don't have to do that because people coming to see him. He King Kong. He King Kong. So
I love how you backpedal, baby.
When people coming to see you, you don't have to do that stuff. To see, he already done stuff. It's not getting no attention because everybody hating on him so much. But he really are fighting much better. He fighting guys with.
I'm just saying. A few seconds ago, you said if you come to PBC, you're gonna have to get in there with King Kong. Now you changing it up.
If you want, hold on. If he want to be a pay-per-view star, he gonna have to get in there with Tank, ain't he?
Who?
Get in there with Tank if he want to be a star. But
who gonna get in there with Tank?
First.
So they gonna put Shakur in there with Tank? Didn't you just hear what Calvin Ford said? Man, is you crazy?
Hold on. They put Spence in there with him, with Crawford. Didn't?
My bro, did you not hear what Calvin Ford said?
Listen, he talking about right now.
Oh, he talking about right now. Okay.
At the moment, he won't. Right now, I want to see Tank fight Williams Zepeda myself.
Williams Zepeda from Golden Boy.
I think, yes, that's a fight right there.
Oh yeah.
People sleep on Williams.
Why Tank fans want Tank to fight everything but a world champ?
Well, I want Devin to fight. I want Devin to prove himself.
We ain't talking about Devin. We ain't talking about Devin. I thought you was talking about Tank.
You want him to fight.
I thought you was talking about Tank. Right? No, Shakur's a world champ. Shakur's a world champ.
But you said you want Tank to fight somebody. And I'm telling you.
No, I said Tank fans. I said Tank fans only know how to ask for non-world champions. And you said, Devin. I said, no, Shakur's a champ.
Let's explain that before you hang up on me. Let me explain. I like to see guys that's around the same age with zeros. I don't really care about.
I mean, Devin and Tank ain't around the same age with zeros. I'm sorry, I thought Devin and Tank.
No, I'm talking about. If you look back at their last 5 or 6 opponents, like last year, Tank fought 2 undefeated guys that was young. You know, he didn't fight 2 guys that are on their way out the door.
You talking about the little dude he moved up to 35 from DR with the inexperience?
It don't matter. So you taking credit from him?
Oh, I mean, what you doing? You trying to discredit Regis? You trying to discredit Regis on this call?
No.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
we
You think
see
I ain't
Deacon
catch
look
you
bad?
say? You think I ain't catch you say he fought young guys and Devin fought
No,
old
I said
guys?
I
That's
don't
you
like to see
discrediting.
guys.
That's you
I don't like to
discrediting.
see.
Stop it.
No, because you started it, and that's
I
you went
started it.
there first.
You the one
I was telling
said.
you
You the
why
one said
Shakur.
if you
I was
gonna
telling
fight
you why
on
Shakur.
PBC, you gotta fight King Kong. I just proved to you that I don't see Tank fighting King Kong.
Because he is King Kong. He
Uh-huh.
can
Hey,
always
listen,
be
champ.
Tank.
I love your cause. I swear to God, you know I fucking love your cause. But we got to move on. But I do love his cause because he be saying some straight bullshit. Hey, yo, Khaled, what up?
What up, bro? What you doing?
Chilling.
Bet. Hey, yeah, based upon what Calvin Ford said, he probably shouldn't go to PBC. I mean, especially if they setting on that. Now, motherfuckers be talking in these interviews, so that shit could very well change. But, you know, if that move, then yeah, go to PBC. They're gonna make you a star. They're gonna put you on some undercards, on some pay-per-views, and all that. You know, we gonna build you up and make you a star and shit like that. If you can get the Tank fight, you know. But if not, going over the Matchroom. There's some fights at 140. There's some fights at 135. Hopefully Eddie Hearn. I gotta keep watching. Y'all telling me that he make them star, making dudes stars in the U.S. And I saw what he did with Devin, so that's solid. He should go over there in Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? They can maybe get him in Madison Square, maybe get him outside of Jersey, maybe get him in some other parts on the East Coast. You know, and just kind of build him up and just kind of give him a better name. But there's only so much that that these pro like motors can do. He got to come up. I'm all for a hit and not get hit, but it still got to be a little stylish to it, though. You still got to throw them bitches. We still selling the product. We still got to look good. You still on TV. Like, we still paying our money. Like, I ain't saying go out there and kill yourself because I want you to have, like, a long career. But you do got to throw them bitches, bro. You got to let them shits go. So, yeah, I mean, PBC, if you can get the Tank fight, Matchroom, other than that, but he probably enough in the top rank. They probably gonna overpay for him because he one of the few stars. If he leave, they just got Tio. Like Tio, the biggest name over there. They got some good prospects that they working on, but if he leave, then shit, all they got is Tio. So they probably gonna overpay to keep him. What you think though?
They gotta overpay to keep who?
They probably gonna overpay to keep Shakur just because he like one of the biggest names. Like he's a star. He not a star, but he a star over there. So they probably overpay to keep him just to have the asset, just to not let one of their top guys go out the door.
Huh.
So, you know, shit. I mean, cause who else over there that's a big name that you got? Better Beef, but he like Better Beef kinda. You know, T.O. and who else? Who else big like they premier guy outside of they prospect? Who else big over there? In a way, but he only big in Japan though.
I mean,
So, yeah,
this
they
the
probably
thing though. This the thing. Is he big, or are you saying he could be big in a few years? Cause
he's not big now,
that's
but
what
I
I'm
mean he's the
saying.
biggest that they have.
But okay, can
Yeah,
he be big in a few years or not? Because they didn't have an offer from Top Rank to Devin, right? There was
right.
nothing there like, yo, fight Shakur on pay-per-view.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They didn't want to put Frank Martin on pay-per-view. They was putting that on a Thursday. Like, what is they plan with
Yeah.
Shakur, man? Like,
I mean, if it ain't the T.O., like it's only big. Like it got to be either T.O. that can help him get bigger. But I don't think T.O. want to fight him. Don't nobody want to fight him. So, you know, he got to really like they got to rebuild him in a very calculated way. It's gonna take like the masterminds to all get in the room and kind of make this work.
This dude, look, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this dude asked for a catch weight with Ryan. You know he not fighting Tio, man. Knock it off. Tio punching.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. T.O. is punching. You're right. T.O. is punching. T.O. thumping. That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, shit, bro. I don't know. Like, better go to Matchroom and like try to get some UK
I
shit
think he
popping. Like,
could go to Matchroom. I think Matchroom would be happy with his, 10 to 12,000 tickets in Newark. I think him and Richardson
Yep.
Hitchens can make up and be double main
Yep.
events, double co-main, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Go to
Mm-hmm.
Newark,
Yep.
Hitchens, bring his Brooklyn people from New York down to New Jersey on the PATH train, nice and
Yep.
easy. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah, and we just sell shit out there.
I still and
That's it, though.
and the thing is that Eddie gonna do what Top Rank not doing. Eddie
That's
Eddie gonna be out there doing interviews saying we got the best young fighter, and he gonna be threatening Tank. You understand? He
right.
know Tank don't want that style, so he gonna be saying, yeah, Tank won't fight him. Tank won't. I bet you. We got so many. We got offers. They won't. I mean, he'll at least keep Shakur name in the media. You know, Eddie is the best
Yeah.
promoter from a
Build
talking
you up.
standpoint. That motherfucker, he got 1 million plus on Instagram, and he posting his fighters. He don't give a fuck what country you from. He posting you. He ain't stingy, man. I fuck with Eddie, man. He
Real shit.
promoting.
Hey, yo, before you put me off, I just want to say something about the morning show real quick. I don't mind that Frank Martin fight if it do come to fruition. I think that's a good tune-up. It's a black fighter. Like, I'm not mad at it. I hope that's a good fight leading into the Devin fight because it's you with a black man. Like, I like that shit. Like, style. Like, Frank Martin ain't been in the ring with nobody of the caliber of Tank. So I don't think but he still had, but it will be competitive in the early rounds, and then he'll probably get stopped to put away in the later rounds. But I'm not mad at this off the tune-up. It's a black fighter. Frank Martin got 100K followers, so he got a
That's funny. It's
something.
so funny how we rock with so many different fighters in their way of life. Like when Earl was on top, it's like, yo, no tune-ups, no fucking tune-ups. Now Earl ain't on top. It's like, yo, back to tune-ups, baby. Let's get this tune-up. Nah, cause you know Tank,
You be with
he
the
ain't
tune-ups,
fought.
though.
He
You
ain't
with me
fought
too.
Ryan. He fought. Hector, cause he needed a tune-up. He ain't gonna get in there with Ryan without. You see, he got the tune-up with Hector, so he about to get the tune-up, and then he'll get in there with Devin. Man, we be bullshitting.
Bro,
I'm
I'm
telling
with
you.
you with tune-ups too, though, Nash.
You
with
know I
tune-ups
am.
too.
You
You
know
right
I
there
am.
in between.
You know I am.
Right.
But I get laughed
Right.
at. I get laughed
That's
at.
crazy.
So,
Yeah.
it's crazy. That's all. But let me get to some callers, bro. I got a counterpunch from
All right,
Drew,
baby.
I
Go ahead.
believe. What up, Drew?
Nah, for real though, with the tune-up shit. What happened to we don't take tune-ups over here like Arrow, but like I'm taking the easy route. So which one's it gonna be? I guess Tank is taking the easy route, right, Ness?
Yeah.
He don't want it with Dev Dollars. Nobody. Let's just keep it real. He don't want Dev Dollars. He don't want that work. He don't want to fight a guy that's actually independent and his own boss. They be mad. That's one of the things they mad at. That Dev move how he want to move. Oh, I could go deal with Top Rank. Oh, I could go deal with the zone. Oh, the Sheik got me out here. Alhamdulillah. Come on, man. But that last caller before this last one talking about all the nonsense about King Kong, like, bro, Tank ain't even King Kong. Come on, yo. Who's he going? Who? But Shakur got to do it. You see how Ness? You see how they hold Canelo and all the other fighters to a different standard? But it's Tank. We got to put on baby gloves with Tank. We got to defend him. We got to be a fan of man. We jump from Wilder, and then we jump from Spence. Now all we got is Tank. That's why they don't want Tank to fight no one outside of PBC. That's because what happens when they fight? What happens when they cross the street?
Destruction.
Destruction. So that Tank is the last one they got. That is like, oh no, we can't. We got to protect him. We got to put the bubble wrap on a man that's been a pro for 10 years, going on 11 years. He debuted in 2013. 11-year pro and fought one legit champion that had a belt, right? And Pedraza, right?
Yeah, that's the only champion that
That's
had
crazy,
the
yo.
belt.
That's
Oh
the only
no,
champ
no,
he
no!
took the
He
belt
took the
from.
belt. He took the belt from Leo, right? Because he went up, took it from Gamboa, defended it with Gamboa, or took it from the vacant with Gamboa, and then came down and took Leo belt that he won from a vacant.
Okay, yeah. Well, on a technicality, you're right. But like, I guess Pedraza was the only legit 130 pounder that, because Leo never campaigned at that weight like that, right? He just caught that vacant strap.
He
He never.
just had
That was
two
his first
fights
defense,
there.
right?
Yeah, he only had two fights there: the one to win the belt and the one to lose the belt.
We haven't seen like, come on, like, bro, you 11-year pro. You haven't unified a division. You haven't. You haven't beat other guys that have campaigned at that division. Like, so let's cut the bullshit, King Kong, man. I love seeing the hypocrisy-ness of these motherfuckers just grasping at straws to protect Tank because that's the last PBC fighter that got a little bit of clout till he crossed that streak. You know what I'm saying? But it's just take the Dev Dollars challenge, man. Go to Saudi with Turkey Al Sheikh. Get that $30 million bag, bro.
For
Stop
real.
fucking complaining. Stop crying. Maybe you can go. Some of AJ will rub off on you. You'll get a couple sponsors out there. Alhamdulillah. Go take your pilgrimage to Mecca. Go see your imam. And come on, man. Do Ramadan right this year, okay? But that's my call.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Numbers in the building.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
What up? What up?
Check. Yo, Ness, what's going on, TVV? First time caller, long time listener. How you doing, Ness? I'm just doing a new character because callers is calling in looking for fans, and I might as well just do an impression of how goofy they sound. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Know what got into it, but
You funny as hell.
no, you ever heard you ever listened to the Bodega Boys? They had a little crackhead character like that, like, bro, I need a hot one, bro. No, that's where I got that inspiration from. Ness, fill me in. Pause. What did Calvin Ford say?
He said, why would they put Tank in there with Shakur when Shakur's basically running and, he can't do what he do?
Oh my goodness. See, what more proof do we need, bro? That they're not trying to fight they're not even trying to fight any sort of upper echelon talent. Like you even hear right there, like that you don't even have to get to the next level of the conversation because why would we do it? Before they even start pulling in their bullshit with a rehydration clause or a catch waiter. None of that. Shakur's right there in their division. So what more do people need? And
Champ, did you get a phone call?
it's no. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you now.
My check. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Um. Okay, yeah, it's just my Bluetooth, man. They're not Kenichi Bears, man. I gotta get my Kenichi Bears, but I need some earbuds. I don't like the big headphones. You feel me? But I might cop a pair. But what I was saying, uh, yeah. So I mean, we don't really need to see anymore. On the topic though, where Top Rank just signed with ESPN, right? So we can't say that ESPN is gonna cut Top Rank because
Champ, I think those Bluetooths don't work. Charles.
Yo, what's up, Ness? What's going down, man?
What it do?
So this is the topic where it says Shakur announces free agent with this year. Is he talking about, basically looking at his options, being that his top rank contract is ending? I'm catching the tail end of this show, Ness. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, Shakur basically came out and said that it is free agent season this year, so his contract is up this year.
Okay, Ness, let me ask you two questions because I'm trying to educate myself on this topic. Of course, you know, Ness, I'm from H-Town, so I know I can't remember the last time James Prince has even dealt with PBC. With that being said, if you were James Prince, Ness, where would you want him to go, or where would you push him to go, or talk to him about going? And I'm just
Nah, I
asking
mean
your opinion.
if I'm James, based off James Prince history, we re-signing. But
That's what I would think.
if I'm Shakur, I gotta explore. You understand? Like
Right.
Matchroom needs a star, and they willing to pay for it. That's just the bottom line. They gave Mikey Garcia fucking $8 million to fight Jesse Vargas, bro. You know,
And
we
I'm
don't
with
even
you.
know
I'm
what they
with you.
gave him for Sandor.
Right, and I'm with you because I'm actually glad you said that. I wouldn't have a problem with him going back to Top Rank, but I actually think him and Boots both. I think they should really look at that Matchroom deal. I think Eddie could do a wondrous with them. I think both of them in particular could really, really, really
I mean,
bring a
that's
lot of
not
light
gonna
to
be the
themselves.
popular opinion for you and I until the PBC deal pans out and we see what it is. If it's really only 12 or 14 days, then people might agree with you and I. But till the PBC deal is all hypothetical and everybody gets to wish and dream, then, you know.
Well, let me say this, Ness, and then I'll hang up. Um, I'm not really for PBC, especially Boots, because you know I've said this before. I think what happened to Crawford could happen to Boots if he stays. I mean, I know he's with Espinoza. I do think the deal works perfect for Boots because Boots needs that. Now, Shakur, on the other hand, is kind of already a solidified superstar. But I like Matchroom for Shakur simply because I think he can go over there and really set precedent for himself. And you know, Eddie is okay with doing 3 or 4 fight deals. So I think Shakur
Eddie's
is
also okay breaking the bank, man. That's all that matters.
exactly,
Like, you got somebody that's
exactly.
really trying to make these fights happen for you. Can he get them done? Maybe not. But Eddie also never had a dude like Shakur that'll take to social media and out motherfuckers. Like, look, me and Eddie just sent them $7 million. This coward don't want to fight.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, I think he could have success with Shakur. I think he can, you know, I'm not going to say Shakur could get the same status of a Canelo, but he is a budding star at 135, 140, you know. And I think Eddie, for the type of fight, let's say Shakur does really want to fight Tank, if that could possibly happen, you know, Eddie got a mouthpiece, man. He would put a lot of pressure out there
Word.
on Tank. You know what I'm saying? But I hang up, Ness. I appreciate
You
you
got
taking my
Bob
call,
Arum
but
out here talking about Tank is the one instead of bigging up his fighter. That's what I'm saying. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you get more bees with honey than you do, however the saying go. Is it with shit? But the point is, you know, maybe Bob is buttering up Tank and his side to get the fight for Shakur, where Eddie ruffles feathers because he's so blunt, straightforward, you know, and keeping it trilly. We got, what do I got? We got Watch for the Hook, $5. De Los Santos rematch or Oshaki Foster. No more flat-footed fighters. That's it. That's all. I mean, again, I don't. Why we keep giving them dudes coming up from 30? It's like you doing the same shit y'all cry about Tank. You know what I mean? Like, especially we got to keep that energy. Like, yo, you was on the skates with Nakatilia. You on the skates with De Los Santos. You understand? I'm not trying to put you in there with a dude that ain't got no power. I want to see you get over the fear of power. Like, get in there with a power puncher and do what you got to do. We got Spider Rico. What up?
Hey, what's up, Doc?
Peace.
Man, I really like everybody's point of views. The way Shakur be moving around, or we seen him do the last time. That was Southpaw versus Southpaw. When he got an orthodox person in front of him, it's a little different. I also think that not even a little different. I think it's a lot different. Shakur really pick off, destroy orthodox fighters. Um, we don't think I don't think he'll destroy Devin Haney. Because Devin is an orthodox fighter, but I do think that Shakur thinks faster than Devin Haney. His physical abilities is not superior. It don't seem that way. Seem like Devin is really blessed with speed and power and size. But when you watch the sparring that they had, Devin still was stronger. To me, still was moving faster, still throwing more punches. But it's something about Shakur's mind, and it clicks really fast. And he don't got to be stronger or faster or bigger than you. He'll time you because he's thinking that quick, and his feet move even quicker. So it's gonna be a thing where, because the way they hate it, y'all ain't gonna never love Shakur Stevenson. The same way y'all never love Floyd Mayweather. But after time, he just gonna keep beating everybody to where these people have to fight him because we all know that he's the Olympic man to come from the Olympics. It wasn't Devin Haney. So we're gonna have to see both of them fight. It's gonna be Pernell Whitaker versus Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy was always more attacking. Left hand fighters are always more defensive, I feel like. And the G Baby, G Baby Davis and what's the other fighter? Nestor, his opponent.
Frank Martin?
Yo, the topic this morning. Yeah, Frank Martin. Frank Martin and G Baby Davis, that's a real good fight. I mean, I can't how can anybody complain about that? Southpaw versus Southpaw. We'll get to see Tank versus somebody like himself in his stature and in his stance, which we don't really ever. I've never seen it, and that would be a great fight. I feel like, and that's all I called in to say, y'all. I always talk about Allah, but I really want to talk about the details of boxing today. This is Esteban from Oregon with Love. I'm gone.
Yo. All right. Esteban, appreciate you. We got Jersey Bob. What it do? Jersey Bob.
What's up, man? I'm just coming on here. So I was trying to get a summary. When Shakur said he's gonna try to play the free agent field.
He announced that he's a free agent. This year, he's a free agent, and he called it free agent season.
So when does this free agency start? Did he say?
After this year, the end of this year.
Oh, so he got to go through 2024 with top rank, and then after that,
Yes, sir.
is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but I mean, don't mean he's gonna leave. But he said, I'm a fan of his. I know people didn't like the last fight. I thought he won the last fight easily. So I know it was boring, but De La Santa ain't land a punch like the whole night. So, but he said, I don't think him and Haney gonna fight till maybe like 147 when he catch up to Haney. I don't think he's gonna catch up to Haney at 140. I think he'll be at 135 and Devin goes to 147 before I think they'll end up fighting then. It's gonna be years down the line. Um, there's still guys at 135, but like you was have player, I don't think Tank gets to the ring with him because I don't think Tank can touch him. Tank ain't gonna be able to touch him. So I don't think Tank
Touch
ever
who?
fights him
Shakur?
either, which is unfortunate. But he's just too good defensively. That a lot of these guys not gonna want to fight him. I know people complaining, but the man's defense, you can't say anything about the man's defense. You can't touch him. If he don't want to get touched, he ain't getting touched. And I know for boxing fans, like, oh, he's boring. He don't want to get touched, you ain't touching him. So
I mean,
that's gonna
remember
make it
Tank
hard for
said.
anybody to beat him.
Remember Tank said he cracked them already.
Man, Tank says a lot of stuff, but his actions speak louder than his words. I knew we were talking about Tank earlier. Frank Martin, uh, I guess, I guess it's an okay fight, but that's ain't what anybody wants. And I'm keep saying, if he don't fight Haney, Stevenson, or Lopez, I ain't paying anymore. That's the only three I want to see him fight. I don't care about him fighting Frank Martin. Yeah, that should be on. That should be free. I ain't paying for it. It ain't a good enough fight to pay for. And PBC rolling that out like we gonna debut our new station with that fight, man. That's a dud. That's not how you roll out. That's you should be going pumping with Tank fighting, a real fight if you really want to premiere and show something. But that's how Haim is rolling. Keep putting him in fights he ain't gonna lose.
Champ, that's
So
the
hopefully the
bell.
people stop.
That's the bell, player. PJTJ. What up?
That's what's good. You got me?
Got you.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was on the fence this whole time about, where I feel Shakur should go, but, throughout the duration of the topic, I'm not gonna lie, that matchroom move is sounding kinda decent right now. Honestly though, I feel like it might be a little bit of a long game for him, just because if he does this, he's starting a little bit later. But I think he should play Devin's move, man, and keep it indie for a little bit. I don't know how exactly, the rest of his contract with Top Rank is structured, right? I don't know how many fights he has or, what that situation looks like. But depending on how he lands, I would say by the middle of this year, that should determine how he moves going forward. I was going to say PBC, as well, under the impression that, maybe he had one fight left with Top Rank, and then he could get a couple fights in, with PBC, with a couple of names to, build himself up into the superstar. Because I think he is a star. You know what I'm saying? I hate that, I feel like his last fight was supposed to be his quote-unquote, I wouldn't even say coming out party because, folks know Shakur, but he just didn't have the night he was supposed to have that night. I mean, things happen, whoop-de-whoop, blah, 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 but it was just, it put him in an unfortunate situation, very unfortunate timing. Do you know, what the structure of his contract looked like for the duration?
Nah, man, nah. Them details ain't out there.
Yeah, I feel you. Because I'm also wondering, like, how active is he going to be? Because I feel like Shakur right now, like, although he had a bad performance last performance, like, his name is still, like, a very relevant name. You still see it on a bunch of different podcasts and news and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, I think his activity is what he needs to focus on this year. If it's a thing where, like, it's a yearly thing, like, hey, end of 2024 and you out of it, like, try and get as many fights under your belt as you can. Like, bump the money right now. I mean, obviously, it's going to play a factor, like, get what you need. But, if you got to take some short money real quick just to get a couple names under your belt, then, big yourself up so that you can make, 2025, what I'm saying, a very prosperous situation. But that's all I got, man. I appreciate you.
You already know, champ. Thank you for calling in. Ain't no show without you guys. Bad girl TKO.
Hola.
¿Cómo está?
Yes, my favorite guy in boxing. How you guys doing?
Straight.
So I'm of the opinion that Shakur ain't going anywhere. Truth be told, like his best friend is Crawford, right? If he's gonna get any advice, it's gonna be from like Ward and all these guys. I don't see him leaving Top Rank. I see him re-signing just like Crawford did. He's in a good place right now. Bob makes fights with everybody. It's not like he's not. Bob can't make a fight go with Matchroom or with the PBC. Like Bob's in a good position. If Bob stays with ESPN, which I don't know like how that's gonna go or how that pans out, maybe that could be the deciding factor. But I just don't see him leaving Top Rank right now. He's doing good. I can see him leaving a Top Rank if there's like a big fight that he can't make, like how Crawford was in a position where he couldn't make the Spence fight because,
But
as we know,
but
PBC likes
isn't
to like.
that but isn't that where he's at right now? That he can't get a big fight? Like, look, he was struggling to get an opponent, and he had to fight De Los Santos, who had a loss, never had a world title shot in his life. I mean,
I think the reason why he can't get a fight, it all has to boil down to money. Like, in my opinion, 100%, you guys can take my card away, my boxing card, whatever you guys want to call. I will never fucking call again. But if, in my opinion, I believe Cepeda fucking beats Shakur. Like, he has like Cepeda has like the record for like the most conky box punches thrown, like 1,500, like some insane amount of punches. Somebody like that would just be devastating to Shakur. In my opinion, like he fucks up Shakur. But there's a reason why that fight didn't go down. It's not like Zepeda may have turned it down because of money. It's always about money. So to say, oh, like I'm afraid to fight Shakur, no, it's just it all boiled down to money and the negotiations and how things like how they didn't pan out. So I feel that um, if he can't get a fight, it has to do with his deal. Bob can offer him fights, but at the end of the day, Shakur has to say yes or no. That's all the promoter can do. He can offer him like, here are 5 fights I can offer you, and it's up to Shakur to
yeah,
decide
but
this is who
but
I want.
okay,
Him and his
you
management.
you be Top Rank. Offer us 5 fights for Shakur. Let me hear them because I don't know what big fights Top Rank can make.
5 fights that
Five fights that Bad Girl TKO thinks are big fights for Shakur that you, Bad Girl TKO, believes
oh,
Top Rank can make.
he can make a Cepeda fight, like make that fucking fight. In truth, he can even make a Gervonta Davis fight. But again, it all boils down to what people agree on and what they agree on. This in negotiation. It's not like Bob can't deliver a fight. Bob can deliver. Bob delivered Manny Pacquiao to fucking Floyd. Bob can deliver a fight. It's not that Bob can't do it. It's what the manager and the fighter agree on, what they agree on and what they agree on as far as the purse split. So really, it's not about what Bob can do. It's about what the fighter is willing to accept and his management team. You guys seem to always put the blame on the promoter. It's not the promoter. It's the manager and the fighter, what they are willing to accept, right or wrong.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, at the end of the day, the manager of the fighter is in control. So yeah, he can decide to take less to make the fight or stand on his two and only want what he wants. Um, Interesting that you believe Bob could deliver.
I mean, Bob delivered a Wilder and Fury. I mean, these are like, that seems like an impossibility. Like, who could have made a fight with Wilder? Nobody was able to. If Eddie Hearn couldn't make a fight with Wilder, but Bob is able to.
Well, Frank Warren made it with Wilder before Bob. Remember, the first Fury Wilder fight didn't include Bob.
Didn't
Fury
didn't I thought
Fury got a draw, signed to Bob Arum, fought Schwartz and Otto, then fought Wilder a second time.
I thought Top Rank had some affiliation with
Not then, not at that
that.
time. Not at that time. That was
Um,
he got the back end of Top Rank for the second fight. Remember that was his whole thing. Like, oh, I got done dirty on Showtime, so he signed to Top Rank.
Hmm. Okay.
Remember, he had $120 million deal. You don't remember that?
Who, Wilder or
No,
Fury?
Fury.
No, I don't remember that.
Well, champ, got to get to some other callers. You still the
Ciao.
woman.
Thank you.
Numbers. What up?
Mic check. How's the quality?
Yep.
Better. All right. Yeah. Ness, where did I cut off, man? Because it was my phone reconnected with my Bluetooth, so I was talking, but I don't know
Champ.
where
I don't know. That was 100
I
calls
left
ago.
off.
You just gonna have
Oh,
to
okay.
rock out.
Okay. All right. So pretty much sticking to the topic. Have you heard anything back like about what the future is for Top Rank, ESPN wise? Like, are they happy with Shakur? Are they happy with his recent performances, with his recent figures? Like, have you heard
Yeah, I
anything like
mean,
that?
we've interviewed Brad a bunch of times, and they're definitely still happy with Shakur and just consider De Los Santos of that elk, on that level, and that's why that fight looks like that. And he made it clear that they would not put Keyshawn or Murataya in with De Los Santos anytime soon. So,
Mm,
I don't think that they're blaming Shakur, and they're certainly publicly backing Shakur. I think that Shakur is just doing what Shakur needs to do for himself, which is, announce his free
right.
agency so that he can get the most from Top Rank. Because if you
I,
don't
I,
show that you
yeah,
have value, then you have no value.
yeah, because I don't think they're gonna do the same thing with like drop the ball like they dropped the ball with Terrence. You feel me? I don't think they're because they
I
got smart
mean,
executives like
technically, even though Shakur is better than Terrence from a standpoint that they know what they got. They being Top Rank, they know they got a silver medalist. They know how good he was with Terrence. They had to learn on the job. Um, but with Terrence, they had better sales in terms of tickets, and they at least did pay per view. Um, they
I feel
haven't
like
done
there
that
was
with
more
him.
hands with Bob, right? It just seemed like it was more like Bob didn't trust or didn't see Terrence value, and then I don't think they're gonna let Shakur go. But when you were signing with Matchroom, that's all Eddie does is boxing. And the thing with Matchroom is they gotta fit in with ESPN, who has they have the NBA deal, they have the soccer deal, they do football, so it's just like that's the benefit of being with Eddie and Matchroom, where it's just, bro, all we do here is boxing. Like, and so I wouldn't be mad at it. But me personally, I don't see Top Rank letting them go. I think they're gonna offer him the bag. But that's why I asked you if you know any of them. Cause man, I see your show on YouTube pop up, man, the one with the zone and shit. So I know you in the media space. You in those rooms now. So I'm just asking if you heard any noise like that where Top Rank ain't how they stand on Shakur.
Yeah, I mean, what they've told us is that they're still happy with Shakur. He's a generational talent. It was a bad night. Everybody has them as well. You got to remember that. Everybody has a bad night.
Mm.
We could point almost to every fighter and pick on a performance that we didn't like from them. Um,
Yep. Shout out
so,
TBV.
all right. So, yeah, I mean, Shakur. See, my biggest issue is this downtime. They should have got him right back out. How do you forget about a bad performance? By putting on a good performance. So right now, someone should have sat him down and said, "Listen, Shakur, in the public, you ain't looking too good. You should be willing to take this fight. What fight is that? It's this fight for this amount of money. But wait, I make this amount. Yeah, don't worry about that. We just want to get you back out there. We just trying to get you back out there. You understand? So what does that mean? Get back in there with a less than opponent or same level, but you got to take less so that we can pay that same level. But we need to help you change public perception. And you got to be willing to do that. But a lot of these guys are not. You understand? Floyd fought Arturo Gatti on pay-per-view, came back and fought Sean Bay Mitchell. You know, Oscar, let me look it up exactly, because I say this all the goddamn time and I don't never say what pay-per-view he did right after he fought, right, and then after that he fights, Stevie Forbes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, pay-per-view stars that are bigger than y'all do things that you guys refuse to fucking do. It's like, why don't you learn from history? You know what I mean? Look, he fought Floyd, then he fought Stevie Forbes on HBO. You know what I mean? And think about before that, who'd he fight? I believe let me double check, because I don't want to say something wrong. I'm going to get these phone calls because it gives you that information on BoxRec if it was a pay-per-view or not. Who is next here? Burrow City E, what up? Burrow City. Here. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up while we wait for Burrow City E to connect.
Yo.
Here.
Man, look here. If Shakur about to be a free agent, he'd be a fool not to follow the Devin Haney paper route. He'd be a fool. You start Shakur Stevenson Promotions and you move from there and you sign 2 and 3 fight deals with these niggas. That way you always eligible and in position to get the bid egg. That shit ain't rocket science, man. I just don't understand how Devin done led the way and these niggas still talking about stay with this nigga, stay with that one. Bro, he don't need to show loyalty to none of them niggas. He need to go and field meetings with Matchroom. He need to go and field meetings with Eddie. He need to go and field meetings with Al. And he need to sit down and ask these niggas, what's the first 3 fights y'all can give me? And do any of them involve a champion and or unification? And you start from there. Shakur got to rebuild his brand, man. I'm talking about he got to rebuild his brand. But all you hear in the streets is, well, I thought Shakur was special. I thought Shakur was this, that, and the third. And, motherfuckers ain't believing the hype no more. Because you start the show when you get punched in the mouth, it's going to be a boring ass, non-entertaining fight. And if it's going to be that, then you don't need to be on pay-per-view, and you don't need to be going back and forth, negotiating A side, this, that, the third. What's his split? This, that, the third. You need to go out there and make a name for yourself, and you need to make a splash in this next fight. He got to have. He don't need a stoppage or anything, but it got to be exciting. People got to see him hit and still keep coming. So, for me, he just need to sit down, feel some offers, see who got the best fights for him, and then go from there. Yeah, I mean, that shit ain't rocket science. Devin Haney and Bill done laid the path down. That's me, man.
All right, Burrow City E. Looks like we got ourselves Gato in, what is this? Where you at, Indianapolis?
Yeah.
What up? What up with you?
Yeah, cool. Hey, so really, the last couple of callers they hit on what I was going to say because I was wondering why he couldn't just be a free agent and present himself to the various companies and then just take whichever fights and deals is the best. And I want to say this too because I heard a lot of people comment. Listen, just because Shakur had a bad performance, I didn't like his last fight. I didn't like the way he looked either. But just because he had a bad performance, don't mean people don't got to fight him. He had a bad performance, don't make him a bad fighter. He's still a champion. And if your favorite fighter at 135 beat him in his next fight, say your favorite fighter beat Shakur, you're gonna be singing his. Yes, he's still worth fighting. And I got a question for you because since Calvin Ford said they not fighting Shakur, and I'm one to believe the Devin Haney fight is a pipe dream for Tank. Who's the guy? Who's the guy that who's the guy? Is it like I mean the guy like is like yo man Tank versus such and such? Yeah, that's the fight we've been wanting. We've been needing to see. Who's the Spence Crawford? Who's the Manny Pacquiao? Who's the guy?
I don't know what you're asking. Honestly, you lost me, man. What you saying? Who's the guy for Tank to fight, or who's the man?
Yeah. Who's the guy? Who's gonna be like the big name for Tank to fight? Who like that the public is wanting to see and that we can get behind and be like, oh yeah, we appreciate you for making that fight. That was a big fight, and that name on his resume, phew, like who's that guy?
I mean,
If it's not Shakur
the
Haney,
only guys is Shakur and Haney. Those and Tio. Them is his guys, bro. They've been
okay.
asking for them fights
All
for
right, so,
years now.
okay, so Tio. So all right, Tio. Okay, we're gonna see what they say about Tio. All right, and one more question. We know that Bob Arum don't like to let people walk away with belts. So like, what's the Shakur? You know what I'm saying? Get that away.
You broke up. You said what? He don't like to walk away with belts and what?
I said Bob Arum don't like for dudes to walk away with belts, right? So if Shakur's gonna leave him, then who's the guy he finna throw at him to try to prevent that from happening? Is it a Loma fight after Cambosis?
That's the only thing he got, but that's what'll keep Shakur if he give him the Loma fight. He ain't been able to get the Loma. He been asking for the Loma fight his whole top ranked career. That's why he mad at Devin.
Man, he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Loma. What's beating Loma gonna do for him right now?
I mean, he the one asked to fight Loma immediately after the the Devin fight. So obviously, he's gonna do something.
Oh, okay. I ain't know it was immediately after the Devin fight. I don't know why he want to do that. But all right, man. That's my car. I ain't got too much else for you.
Yeah, man. He went out on Twitter and said, "Don't damn Loma, how you ain't gonna fight me? We offering you more money than you ever made." He wanted that Loma fight, and that's the thing. You know, people keep saying, "Oh, Bob could get him fight." Well, he ain't been able to get him Loma. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think Shakur feels? Devin slides in. He's younger than him. He used to call him Big Bruh, right? Now he slides in. He fights Cambosis for undisputed. He defends with Cambosis undisputed. And then he gets a pay-per-view Loma fight and spins off. He mad as hell at Bob. Like, bruh, I've been asking you for Loma. You put this motherfucker on pay-per-view, and I've been with you since the amateurs. Soon as I got out the motherfucking Olympics, I signed to you. So if you guys don't think that he mad, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. And what he got to look forward to? Navarrete. Shit. And then you got Loma out here fighting Cambosis. I mean, if I'm Shakur, I'm certainly trying to see what else motherfuckers can offer me, because what you offered me is what exactly? I'm just trying to think. What? De Los Santos wasn't even Bob's the offer. Like, what? I mean, you know, we seen this before. With Top Rank, when they just ain't got the inventory in a certain division, they can't really do much for you. That's just the bottom line. Can they get you one big fight, like, you know, Bad Girl TKO said, yeah. Maybe they could get you one big fight once in a blue moon. She literally brought up Pacquiao. Didn't Bob deliver No, took 7 years. He ain't deliver shit. That shit drug and stunk by the time we got it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that he can deliver, but I do got Boxeo Urbano celebrating his 10th super chat. He says, "Good job, Ness Anderson from Boxeo Urbano. Salute, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Don't forget to check out my brothers over there at Boxeo Urbano. You know, doing their thing on the reg. What do we got? Who is next? Is it over? Last call for alcohol. We got new caller actually in the 469. Who's this?
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name, champ?
Hey, this Aaron. What's up, Ness?
Avery?
Aaron. Aaron.
Oh, okay. Aaron, what up?
Yeah. Nothing much, Ness. I've been listening to your show probably about 6 months now, and I want to give you your flowers. You know, man, you really be putting that work in. You a hardcore, for sure. But I was wondering, because I'm a casual. I don't really watch boxing like y'all do, but I do watch it from time to time. Um, how many pay-per-views? Because they saying Tank a pay-per-view star. How many million pay-per-views have he sold? Just that one fight with Ryan, or he sold more than that?
Nah, just that one fight with Ryan.
Okay, so I'm just trying to see how he a pay-per-view star. Cause I mean, I see everybody talking about Devin and what he do, and Devin one of my favorite fighters. And Devin, he be out here putting that work in, calling people out. And I was just wondering why people be saying Tank a pay-per-view star when we got to see him fight somebody else to determine that if he a pay-per-view star, right? Because for all we know, Ryan could have been the one, but we know that Ryan wasn't even selling out seats before he fought with Tank. So I think it's just premature to call them pay-per-view stars right now. And from
I
what I
mean,
hear when I listen to
it's
the show,
it's premature, but there's also an argument that it's not, right? Like at the end of the day, Tank does an average about 200,000. Nobody would really argue with that. 200,000
mhm,
could be anywhere from 16 million to 18 million dollars. Tank doesn't have, even though his fans are fanatics and they crazy, they like to act like he makes $40 million every fight. Tank ain't never
yeah,
had a $40 million guarantee. He ain't never had a $35 million guarantee, a $30 million guarantee, a $20 million
right,
guarantee. None of that. The most he probably ever in his life got guaranteed is $5 million, and I doubt that. I doubt you can't Google and find a motherfucking guarantee higher than that. That being said,
yeah,
when you do the math, even if he do 200,000, he doing 16 million, then he doing his Gates is breaking records.
mhm,
He's a star, champ. Like he's a star. And is he a pay-per-view star? Yeah, because the amount of pay-per-views that he sells allows him to generate 3 times his guarantee, plus gate, plus sponsorships and endorsements. I mean, there's no denying it that it's Canelo, Tank AJ, or AJ Tank. And AJ because of
okay,
guarantee, right? Like AJ gets more guaranteed money than all the motherfuckers. His guarantees be fucking ridiculously big, and that's what's important. It's
yeah,
cool to sell pay-per-views, but look, Tank didn't get guaranteed 60, 70, 80 million dollars like motherfucking AJ. Only made 40 million even though he did 1.2. So what's better? Is it better to do a million pay-per-views or look at my man AJ? He making 50 million to fight a dude that's 0 and 1. You understand? So
man,
I mean, you could call Tank a star, a pay-per-view star, but then AJ is a mega star because they've been giving
mega,
him
right,
$65 million guarantees forever. Like my man made $26 million guarantee to fight Andy 5 fucking years ago or 2019. Like everybody gonna have an argument for their favorite fighter, bro. That's the worst part of this sport.
yeah. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. But yeah. Now, from what I hear though, I hear you really rooting for the sport, for the growth of the sport, and I hear a lot of your callers, the ones who going for PBC, you know, they stuck on that side. But I see your vision and wanting it to be better, and I was just like, it's power in numbers with people. If the fans really run the sport. If you want that, if we come together, we can get that. But if you never come together, it's gonna stay divided. So that's what I don't understand when I listen. Sometimes I mean it's good for entertainment because I like to hear y'all go back and forth. But if you're gonna come together, if you come together, it's power in numbers. So
Yeah, they don't want to
things
come
can
together,
things
bro.
can change.
You got these dudes that rather be fans of the man instead of fans of the sport. If we came together and we all wanted one thing, we'd get it, but we don't because when our favorite fighter, gets the opportunity to be the A side, we want him to be the A side, and unfortunately in boxing that means act like a diva. But look, gotta get to some other callers. Uh, King Rari, what up? Bad girl, I see you there. Did you throw a counter punch? Because I don't see it. And I don't want to keep you holding if you got one. Fight for life, welcome to the prospect level.
Yo, 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 Nick, what's going on, brother?
Chilling, chilling, what up?
How you feeling?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I mean, I'm blessed to hear another episode of the Boxing Voice.
Amen.
Um, so you think Matchroom for Shakur best
I,
best
I
bet for
don't.
him?
I don't. I'm just saying, I know that Eddie would, for one, make the Devin Haney fight. For sure.
Okay,
For sure. For
for
two,
sure.
he'll be out there publicly saying he got the best 135 pounder and Tank will never fight him. You know,
So
you
basically,
know he
Shakur
gonna
needs that
do
mouthpiece
you. Oh yeah, he gonna be the mouthpiece. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
for homie that said Shakur need to do what Devin doing. Shakur can't do that. Shakur don't got no team for him to have a mouthpiece like Bill be mouthing for Devin. So that's out the picture. Shakur gonna have to. I say Matchroom just on a really off what you said. That's how I was looking at it, but you just beat me to the punch. I feel like with Shakur, man, and a lot of these fighters out here, they outpricing themselves. It's all about. It's like I understand the money aspect, but y'all boys really ain't eating like that because y'all only fighting but one time a year, maybe twice, and then because of that, y'all gotta pay all these. You gotta pay your trainers. You gotta pay your coaches. You feel me? You got all this money going in other directions. So for Frank not to have fought Shakur at the time, that wasn't to me. That wasn't a good look. Shakur may have to, like you said, bro. He may have to pipe down. And for me, he gotta be more active, bro. You in a position now. You knew the 135. Yeah, you got that belt, but now you're gonna have to really get some defenses under your belt. So you gonna have to fight at least 3 to 4 times a year, bro, to build who you are as a person and that name because just keeping it 100. Ness, you be speaking it so much on your afternoon show, and I wish a lot of these dudes talking now would be on there because when Bill, Devin, and other people were saying, "Oh, Shakur don't deserve a Tank fight or a Devin fight," it was cool. But Calvin come out and say it. Oh, now it's Tank ducking. But most of the world just said Shakur don't deserve no type of fight like that because he was running. People be so wishy washy with these boxes, bro, and it be so
90
funny
seconds.
because it go back to the Devin and Tank thing. Tank said he's not fighting no higher than 135 for right now. Devin said he's not going back to 135. Throw the fight in the trash for right now, bro. No matter who offering Saudi, whatever the situation is, neither one of them boys is breaking on their stance. So you gotta blame one side just as much as you blaming the other and let it go. Frank and Shakur are the best two fights at 135 right now. Tank fought Ryan. Them other two, that's the best he got. Same thing with Shakur. Shakur gonna have to get on his shit enough to where he gets forced to fight Tank. Just like Frank Martin. All these fighters can't keep running, bro. They can't. Because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna look at every fighter and say they have not fought nobody. Even though Devin beat Regis for the championship at 140, first fight, they say Devin ain't fought nobody. They say T.O. ain't fought nobody. Tank ain't fought nobody. Ryan ain't fought nobody. Shakur ain't fought nobody. The sport is so wishy-washy and people do not come together
Nah,
to
nah,
make
nah,
these
nah,
fights
nah, nah.
happening.
King Rari, you gotta come check out more episodes because Tio definitely can't ever be talked about not fighting nobody. And I don't really hear many people even say that. The most they could say about him uh, is that he ducking Devin. Like I could see any fan trying to argue that. Um, but Tio, come on, man. His first title, he beat the champion, and he knocked him out. Then he unifies with Loma. Cool. He lost to Cambosis, comes back, beats fucking Sandor and Taylor. Now he about to fight Jermaine. Factor in between those fights, he's fought, the Nakatanis, the Diego Magdalenos. I mean, he just got a great resume for the number of fights. Now you gonna make me Google his ass to see how many fights he got, cause he done a lot in them little ass bit of fights, man. Tio always make me mad though, man. This dude, I hit him up. He gonna tell me to go through his publicist. I'm like, bro, respectfully, if I can't schedule with you, I'm good on that interview, man. He always make me mad because he got them weird ways, but he's a fighter, man. This motherfucker's a fighter. Uh, so yeah, I mean, in 19, 20 fights exactly, we gotta give him credit for William Silva, Mason Menard, Diego Magdaleno, Nakatani, Cole May, Lomachenko, Kambosis, Sandor, Teller. That's a lot. That's a lot. In a little bit of time, the kid's 26. You know? Um, I mean, that's a lot. For real. Bad girl TKO. Counter.
Bueno,
What?
hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Hey, I just want to counterpunch what you said about how Bob took forever to make the Floyd Manning fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, so, so you say that Bob was the one that drug his feet and didn't make the fight, right? So is that what you're implying, or was it Floyd that drug the fight?
I mean, the whole Pacquiao side, he was with Bob, though. But remember, it wasn't Floyd that had an issue with needles and an issue with drug testing. It wasn't Floyd that turned down 40 million guaranteed, right? Not to say 40 million was the right offer. Obviously, we know Floyd's guaranteed 40 million was also a flat fee, which meant there would have been no back end for Pacquiao. So that was a bad deal. But Floyd sent the offer. Like, this is factual. You understand?
Yes, you're
So,
right. He sent. Can I speak now?
of course, your
He
call.
sent that off. He sent that offer, but as you just said, the Floyd that offer sucked. But there was a deeper thing going on here. There was this all Oscar with
Oh, let
Golden
me
Boy and
counter.
PBC was intertwined. They were together
let
still.
me let me
So
counter. Let me counter.
it took a while before Floyd could separate into like Showtime, right? When he was all alone in Showtime by himself without Golden Boy. Like he literally
Look,
wanted Oscar out of that whole fucking deal.
I still want to counter the other thing because, yeah, it was a bad offer, but it's up to your promoter to do what? Bad girl TKO. Counter offer.
Like
Counter
I
offer.
think Bob could have made that offer, but clearly Pacquiao didn't take it. So, Pacquiao has to be the one to agree that this is what I want.
Yeah, but
He didn't take the fight. It's not like
My point is Bob could have made a better offer. He could have countered Mayweather and said no. Pacquiao said no to your 40 million flat, but we counter this. There was none of
I
that.
think it really is everything to do with Floyd not wanting Oscar. That's why it took this fucking long, or how long it took to get to Floyd. Once they were each isolated in their own deal, like Floyd by himself with Showtime, and Bob Arum and Pacquiao by themselves, Then the fight took place. It took a while to separate themselves from PBC and or not PBC, but Oscar and that
That's
whole Golden
unfair.
Boy
That's
deal.
unfair. That's unfair. You know how many pay-per-view fights of Floyd Mayweather Oscar promoted? So
Yeah, a lot.
now,
All of
so
them up
now,
until
so
there,
now
right?
you wanna say that he wanted to get rid of Oscar?
He did get rid of Oscar. He did that shit by himself. Showtime, Floyd, or Money Mayweather, or TMT Promotions, and Top Rank. Go look at the banner.
Champ,
It's just them
how
two,
many offers, how many years was Golden Boy there
right?
and them making offers and Pacquiao being the one not
But
wanting it?
again, this was Floyd. Floyd had to be on Floyd's terms, like how Javante is doing now. Floyd had all the remember take the
Again, so
test. We haven't heard no boxer.
Why has Bob Arum never counted? You keep trying to put all the blame on Floyd. So Floyd makes the offers, but then you say, well, Floyd wants it on his terms. So where the fuck is the other promoter? Why he ain't doing nothing?
Again, I mean, obviously they both have to agree. It's not you're basically a promoter can take you there. Here's the deal. Here's the person, but you and your manager have to figure it out. And their manager. This is not has it has nothing. The promoter's out of this shit at this point. He already offered. The two people are in contact. It's basically about them to agree, right or wrong.
No. No.
I mean, Bob
No.
takes you to there, and he can't serve the
Floyd
dick in your mouth. I mean, you either take
Floyd
the fight or, you know what I mean?
Floyd and his team made an offer. Pacquiao's team only denied it. They only rejected it. They never countered it. That's not our problem. And that's who you want Shakur
Okay.
to resign to. I like Eddie that he publicly says I made an offer. That he
Nobody's
counters.
gone further aside from AJ. Who's really Eddie like catapulted into the sky? Like how like
I don't know.
America's doing already.
I don't know. You tell us who did a better job, Mayweather Promotions or Matchroom with Richardson Hitchens?
Well, we're talking about Mayweather Promotions. You know, Mayweather Promotions
I'm
always
asking a
sucked. Like there's only
question.
been of
I'm
all his,
asking a
well,
question.
obviously
Oh, I then.
Matchroom.
Oh, I then.
But that's
So
like you just gave me the worst promotional company ever. Like there's
okay,
nobody in
okay.
Mayweather
How's
Promotions that
Bam
really was
Rodriguez's
good for
career
that.
look? How's Bam Rodriguez's career look? Cause his name ain't Joshua.
Good.
Oh, I then. So I mean,
Okay.
why the slander on Eddie Hearn when he's obviously doing a
Oh
great
no,
job?
I'm not saying it's slant. I like Eddie Hearn and I like the Zone. I think they're great. But if I'm a boxer,
Where's Mexican Chon Cepera's next fight at? Oh yeah. It's with Matchroom and Eddie Hearns. Earn with Hearn, baby. Earn with Hearn.
all right. Well, hopefully I can earn with Hearn too. I'll let you go. You're doing an amazing job. I just smoked a little, so I'm on your wavelength right now, I think.
All right, bad girl. Appreciate it and enjoy. We got Drew counter.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, champ.
Love that back and forth. I got a bone to pick with you, Ness.
Uh
You know, we
oh.
agree on mostly every. We
We
agree on
don't.
mostly
So we
everything.
don't agree on the Pacquiao shit. That's what it is. Cause that's the
Oh
only.
no.
Oh.
That's a story for another day. We agree to disagree on that too, but you know it's all about Usyk. My favorite fighter is Usyk.
Okay.
Um, I'm waiting for you to cover that new face-off that just came out with him and Fury, and I want to know when you gonna ramp up the undisputed coverage, Ness. We gotta wait a week before the fight, the week of the fight,
I mean, ain't
because
that
this is around the corner, babe. It's
what
around the
date is
corner,
that?
baby.
Ain't that the 14th?
Yeah, it's coming up, man. Undisputed.
I mean, we still. That's like 3 weeks away.
I know. I'm just hyping it up because that interview got me hyped with him and Fury going back and forth like the old Max Kellerman face-off. Just dropped today.
Yeah, you know,
So they
truth
starting to
be
rant. They
told,
starting to.
I'm gonna check out that interview. Where is that?
I believe it's with the TNT. It's running, making the rounds already on Twitter right now.
TNT.
I'll tag you in it when I find it.
So there's another interview making the rounds. I don't want to talk too much about it because it might be tomorrow's show, but we're gonna see which interview is bigger. But you seen the Lampley interview?
No, I got to check that one out too. There's a so Prince is they're ramping up the promotion. I know if Turkey Al Sheikh invites you personally because he follows you, you really gonna start covering it.
No, I would
I'm
love
just
to
waiting
go
for him
out
to
there,
answer that.
man. I would love to fucking go out there.
No, I think that's what my international trip this year. I think I'm gonna make it Saudi. But flights are cheap right now to Japan for that Inoue fight. It's like
With
800
with
round
with
trip.
Louis Neri?
Yeah, and that's in the Tokyo Dome. It's eight hundred
But
dollars
it's
round
not.
trip
It's
right now.
not. I was gonna do that show today for this session, but it's not officially announced.
Is it not? I thought it was today. Yeah, they just announced it.
I did not. I seen sources, but let me double check.
But double check. So um, give my man Usyk his credit, Ness. If once he becomes the number one pound for pound and
No, I
two-time
mean,
undisputed.
listen. I'm notorious for giving people their credit if they beat my guy. Fury is my guy because he beat my guy. You know, I was a huge Wilder fan. Fury dismantled him, made it look like he never knew how to fight. On top of that, Fury has a really good resume. You know, he beat Vlad before AJ. You know, he went to Germany and did it. He beat undefeated Derek Chisora. People don't even know that. He had a trilogy with Chisora, but he beat undefeated Derek Chisora. He was the first person to stop Christian Hammer. You know, Fury has a decent resume, and you know, I never thought Usyk was a real heavyweight. He did what he did to AJ and forced me to believe in him. But like those first two heavyweight fights were ass, and he didn't fight my doppelganger. They faked the test results. I don't want to believe my doppelganger top pop positives, Tyrone Sponge. You know, so yeah, man, I wanted
And I'm
that
hard on
shit.
Usyk. I've been hyping up Usyk since the Emmys, and I was at his first American fight. He was on the undercard of Hopkins Joe Smith, and he had a snooze fest. So I get some people still hard on, but the man that comes to fight, I can't bet against the man that was born on the same day as Muhammad Ali. That's. I root for the sport more than anything, but I've been blessed to see him fight live. I've seen Inoue fight live and Crawford, and they're the creme de la creme of this era, far and away. The way
So
they
you see what
separate
I'm saying?
themselves
This
in the
is not
biggest moments.
officially announced. I'm sorry to cut you off. This is not officially
Okay.
announced by Top Rank. I knew it. Top Rank has learned, you know, so they did their
Okay.
thing and you know they got they so but Top Rank has not sent any official Inoue press releases for this fight. I mean, will they
It's
in a
just Hoppinger.
this is being reported by Jake Donovan.
Okay.
It
So as
doesn't
soon as it's official, I know you're gonna run the show. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm about to drop off right now. But I know you're gonna ramp up that undisputed coverage as it gets closer because that's a huge fight. We finally getting the undisputed at heavyweight.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh for
Send
that.
me that link, please.
I will definitely right now.
All right, because I'm
Peace.
on a TNT Instagram and I don't see it. All right. Let's see if we're gonna be able to get Love, Live, Laugh this time. I think we tried you once and you weren't able to speak, right?
Hello.
What up, champ?
So what's up?
What's good? What's
Yeah,
good?
man. I'm calling because I don't know what's going on with these crazy people, man. CYP, Tip Bayless. I don't know what's wrong with these dudes. But before I get on their head, I need y'all to call Sean Porter out for saying Devin Haney don't want to fight when Devin Haney clearly want to fight. Like, feel me? He the type of person that's fucking up the fight because he's saying bullshit that like Haney don't want to fight when he clearly do. And with these CYP and these fake ass niggas, like, bruh, they saying Devin Haney never wanted a big fight. Ryan Garcia ducked him when he was the mandatory. T.O. ducked him when he fought Kambosos, he could have fought Haney. Tank said he was gonna fight Devin Haney next after Ryan and the other Garcia. It's clearly that these niggas are scared of Devin Haney. They do not want no smoke. They keep making excuse after excuse after excuse. This motherfucker talking about he want 2 cars. We ain't never heard no shit like this in the sport of boxing, man. Like, niggas gotta call this shit out and stand. Like,
I love y'all what y'all do, but y'all don't be calling these callers out on their bullshit enough. Like, I need y'all to stop their call, give them a little extra time, and tell them, like, bruh, this is what happened. Ryan ducked Haney when he was the mandatory. T.O. ducked him when he could have fought him. All these niggas is ducking, and there's proof is verified online. All these motherfuckers is scared of Haney. They know what he could do and how he gonna rock on these motherfuckers. That's my call. Y'all have a good night, man. Call these motherfuckers out. Don't let them keep saying this bullshit.
All right, champ, but I don't know if you know, man, but we get the name the Haney voice, man. So I'm pretty sure we've done some calling out on the bullshit. But I get you. I get you, man. I get you. Believe me, I do. We got Tip Bellis. What up?
Hey yo,
What up?
Ness.
Tip.
Yo.
Yo. Tip. Oh, he wasn't faking it. Like, he really losing service? I thought that was like part of his fake call in and shit. What do we got here? Looking like we got a new caller. What's this? Las Vegas? Las Vegas, who this be? Yo. Yo. 775. Uh 775. Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, who's this?
My name is Jesus.
Who?
Jesus.
Jesus, what's up, brother? Talk to us.
What's up, Ness? Fuck record, bro.
You from Vegas?
No, I'm in Reno right now.
Oh, Reno. Okay, so you don't like Shakur.
Fuck no.
Just because of the last performance, or you been not liking him?
No, it was his last performance.
Oh, so that you'll pass. It'll pass once he gets a good performance. The rumor is now out there.
Isn't it the second time he's done that, though?
Say again?
Isn't that the second time he's done that, though? Like, run away?
Yeah, some people think that he moved a lot in the Nakatilia fight, Jeremiah Nakatilia.
That's what I'm saying. Didn't he just get knocked out, too?
He did by Murataya.
That's what I'm saying. And ain't that dude a prospect?
Yeah, he was until that knockout.
I'm telling you, that dude's a trash.
Damn, you think he's trash? That's what you said?
Yeah,
Trash?
I think he's trash.
Wow. Brutal.
He looks trash against someone that can move, and then he only wins people like Oscar, you know?
You going out a lot. Like you sound very far right now.
Hold up.
You there, brother?
Yeah, I can't get my headset to work.
Okay.
All right, no. So I'll call in some other time with a headset.
All right, if you want, you the man, champ. We got Tip Bayless Discord.
Yo.
What up?
Oh shit, what? Man, Discord and Twitter messing up. Hold on, man. Let me get my head. I can barely hear you.
You,
Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, man. What's going on, man? Listen, I ain't even call in. You know what I'm saying? I just hear my name being dropped and these false accusations. It's getting wild out here, man. But listen, yeah, Shakur, it's time, bro. It's time. It's time for you to come home, man. You know what I'm saying? We on this side of the street waiting for you, bro. And we got all the fights you need for the time being. And that's with Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya, man. It's only right. It's only right. Y'all thought I was gonna say the PBC. Nah, man, you gotta hook up with the best promoter in the game, and that's Oscar. You know what I'm saying? They got Williams Zepeda over there, and they got Ryan Garcia. So I mean, you do for two big fights. You feel me? Do for two good fights. And Oscar gonna do right by his fighters, bro. I think that's the perfect place to go. Him over there with Golden Boy, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get Golden Boy Promotions back on the map, man. Get these big fights going again. Oscar willing to make things happen, make shit shake. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can't deny that because he got a fighter that he's trying to get fights for, and it seemed like this dude just don't want to fight anybody at this point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he done got to negotiations with Dev, Ryan, Pitbull, everything done fell through. Now he back going to Dev. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know what Dev gonna do at this point. You know, is he gonna entertain it? I hope so. You know. But that's it for the most part, Ness, man. Shout out to all the shout out to all the haters. You know what I'm saying? We see y'all, man. We see y'all. TBX, we still running shit. Y'all know what time it is.
Mm. All right, Tip Bayless. Thanks for calling in. We got Treese, Toledo, Ohio.
Yo,
You're,
what up, though?
you
Should
know,
actually, I just want to call in real quick. I hope Shakur go to fuck around, and go to Matchroom or something, because it'll get Keyshawn Davis to go over there, and hopefully it'll get my man Big Baby to go over there too. If Keyshawn go over there, we can get that Andy Cruz fight. Then if Big Baby go over there, we can fuck around and get that Jermaine Franklin in Detroit, like I've been clamoring for a while. And then, with a UK promoter, I know he worked well with Kingsbury. We fuck around, get our hands on your man's Fabio Ward. But you know, it's just some shit like that. But and then I feel like I want to see what Eddie Hearn was talking about. Since he said what he could do with Boots, I want to see if he could do that same type of shit with Shakur, because I kind of feel like Shakur needs it. You feel me? A lot of people is getting a little cold on Shakur. You feel me? I feel like Eddie Hearns could definitely boost my man's profile. But yeah, I'm just thinking, like I say, I want his two guys to go over there with him too, because I feel like there's some fights over there for him. But that's my call. Shout out TBV. Shout out Toledo, Ohio. I know what the fuck going on. Be cool.
all right, champ. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Aiden, $2, 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Value. Appreciate you, champ. Glad you find value. That is the last caller, last super chat. On to the next one. See you in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Arrivederci.